What's going on, folks? Blitzball Champ Gaming back with another Carolina Panthers talk live stream. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Thursday, October 31st of 2024. Hope everybody's week has been good so far. Hope everybody is staying safe. But here we are, week 9, as the Carolina Panthers go back home for round 2 against the New Orleans Saints. The same New Orleans Saints that straight up obliterated the Carolina Panthers week 1 with a 47-10 loss. Now, Saints are 2-6. Panthers are 1-7. Now, the Panthers still have yet to win a game at home. They have yet to win a game at home. Pastor Ken, thank you so much for the like. Hope you're doing well. Congratulations to your daughter and your new son-in-law. I saw the pictures on their marriage. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see. Carolina Panthers 1-3. Bryce Young has been given the green light once again to start at quarterback this game. Now, of course, he was the starting quarterback in the first meeting. Did not do good at all. Matter of fact, the only thing he had was a rushing touchdown that game. The only touchdown that they got. But this is their chance to redeem themselves. The Saints, they've struggled some. You know, they're 2-6. They're looking vulnerable right now. And quite a lot has happened, especially when it comes to the injury report with the Saints. Let me see. Let me pull it up. But quite a lot has happened. Of course, offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk is out. Justin Herron is out as well, or he's on injured reserve. Defensive end Tano Kapasgnon is out. Defensive tackle Cameron Peterson and cornerback Rajon Wright both are on injured reserve. Center Eric McCoy is on injured reserve. Cornerback Will Harris is on injured reserve. The most recent one, Rashid Shaheed, wide receiver, torn meniscus, is out for the season. So he's on injured reserve. Rashid Shaheed was somebody that really, really carved us up in that first game. Cornerback Paulson Adebo, injured reserve as well. Cornerback Rico Payton is questionable. Offensive tackle Nick Saldivari is questionable. Center Shane Lemieux is on injured reserve. Linebacker Nefi Sewell is on injured reserve. I'm sorry, he's out. He's just out. And they got a lot of names questionable, a lot of notable names. Marshawn Lattimore at cornerback, he's questionable. Quarterback Derek Carr is questionable. although he was a limited participant in practice, but he's listed as questionable. Alvin Kamara is questionable as well. Um, Wide receiver Bub Means is questionable. Wide receiver Cedric Wilson Jr. is questionable. John Ridgeway the third is questionable. Running back Jamal Williams questionable with the groin injury. Running back Kendry Miller questionable, and cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry questionable as well. So the Saints have taken some beatings in the form of injuries throughout the season. Think probably the one that hurt them the most recently was uh, Rashid Shaheed, but they're vulnerable. I will say that they are vulnerable currently. Um, let's see, because you also gotta think the Saints won their first two games and then they lost six straight. So the Saints are quite vulnerable. Now, as far as the Panthers, um, current injury report, wide receiver Xavier Legette was actually listed as limited with a toe issue. um, Ike Ekwonu, Felipe Franks, Jamie Robinson were held out of practice. Um, Taylor Moton was held out due to rest, non-injury related. DJ Johnson, Tommy Tremble were limited participants. Adam Thielen, limited participant. So, uh, interestingly enough, Jonathan Brooks, our drafted running back, Jonathan Brooks, was a full participant. Ladies and gentlemen, we could see the NFL debut of Jonathan Brooks this Sunday. He was listed as a full participant. So we'll have to see if they put him in there. Would be cool. Would be cool. So we can finally see what Jonathan Brooks can do. Jadeveon Clowney, Jaden Crumedy, Andy Dalton, Jordan Fuller, Josie Jewell, Josh Nijman, Ashawn Robinson, DJ Wanham, all full participants. So hey, that's good. That's good. You got a lot on there, full participants. This is good. This is really good. Um, Here's the thing. Carolina has yet to win at home. Um, Also, the most recent story with Carolina was, of course, they traded wide receiver Deontay Johnson to the Ravens. They sent Deontay Johnson and a sixth-round pick, and in return got a fifth-round pick. So no longer have Deontay Johnson. So yeah, that was quite an interesting turn of events. But at the same time, um, I had the feeling that I don't think he really wanted to be there any longer. And I think the coaching staff and everybody else sensed it. So they did what they had to do. Do I think they got equal value in return? No. But I just chalk it up to they did what they had to do to get rid of him right then and there. Because he most likely was not going to come back next year, even if we finish the season with him. So it is what it is. But I still felt like they could have gotten a better value for him. But then again, Deontay Johnson, even though he was our leading receiver stat-wise, he really did not turn out as great as many would have hoped that he would be with us. You know, I mean, he did his thing with the Steelers, but just with us, not really what we were hoping for. And it's going to be really interesting to see how he does with the Ravens because, a lot are saying that the Ravens could be a Super Bowl contender. I definitely feel like they will make it to the playoffs. I think they got a good shot at making to the playoffs. But yeah, Deontay Johnson's a Raven now. And not to mention, you look back to how we even got Deontay Johnson. We traded away Dante Jackson and a pick to get Deontay Johnson, which, by the way, Dante Jackson has 5 interceptions right now. Dante Jackson is balling. Joe Valesco says, I feel like Jalen Coker is going to be better than Johnson. Well, I mean, it's not like Johnson really did a whole lot here. So, I mean, he did a lot more with the Steelers, but I mean, we'll see what happened. Jalen Coker definitely. I think they have a gem with Jalen Coker as well as Xavier Legette. Two rookies, one drafted, one undrafted. I think they can definitely do something with them, but they got to continue to evolve Jalen Coker and Xavier Legette. That's the main thing. They got to continue to evolve. They got to continue to develop them. I think we may have something special in those two receivers. And I expect Jalen Coker to get a lot more playing time. And word is Xavier Legette has been designated wide receiver number 1. So that ought to be interesting. Pedro Castro, welcome to the stream. What's up, bud? I'm doing all right. How are you? Um, Now with this game, like I said, don't get me wrong. Uh, Surprisingly, this is a winnable game. The Saints are vulnerable, but at the same time, the Panthers have not really been doing great. But neither have the Saints. I mean, like I said, Saints won their first 2 games and then lost 6 straight. So I it would really be nice to see us win this game, but I don't know. I really don't know. The ESPN matchup predictor has the Saints 71.5% for them to win and 28.3% for Carolina to win. So I mean, already the odds against us. Joe Valesco says, any news about DJ Wanham or Jonathan Brooks? They were actually full participants in today's practice. They were full participants. So, hey, they could get activated. They could end up playing this Sunday. But yeah, they were both full participants in practice. So, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely looking forward to the debut of Jonathan Brooks. I want to see what he can do. I definitely want to see what he can do. Should be good. Should be good. Pedro Castro says, please, anything but the Panthers. Hey, they're still my team. I'm going to root for my team. That's never going to change. I'm still going to root for my team. You know how it is. Okay. As far as this matchup, we still don't quite know who's going to start for the Saints. Because right now, Derek Carr is still dealing with the oblique injury. And Spencer Rattler has been the starter. So far, Spencer Rattler has gone 59 of 99 for 571 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. But the word is Coach Dennis Allen said Derek Carr could be available for this Sunday's game. We'll see what happens. I mean, I would be kind of scared if Derek Carr were to play this Sunday, because you got to remember, in that first game, week 1, he went 19 for 23, 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So, yeah. Saints still have an offense. I know they won't have Rashid Shaheed, but they still got a strong offense. And of course, the dual threat of Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams. There's that. So, when you think about it, whether they have Carr or Spencer Rattler, they still have a running game in Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams. So it's going to be tough. Joe Valesco says if Derek Carr starts, we're losing, but if he doesn't start, I feel we can win. That's fair. That's definitely fair. But also keep in mind, Joe Valesco, we have made some rookie quarterbacks look really good this season. I mean, we made some quarterbacks look really, really good. I mean, look at Caleb Williams. Look at Bo Nix. Look at Jaden Daniels. Even though Jaden Daniels didn't play the whole game against us, Marcus Mariota still came in and destroyed us. But lately we've made some rookie quarterbacks look really, really good. So just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in mind. Now, let's see. Of course, the offense definitely still is dangerous, especially in the receiving game. Even with no Rashid Shaheed, they still got Chris Olave. They still got they got Marquise Valdez Scantling. They still got Cedric Wilson Jr. Uh, Still got Taysom Hill. Still got Jawan Johnson. Foster Moreau. I mean, they still got some offensive weapons there. And then defense. Cameron Jordan, Chase Young, Demario Davis. I know Marshawn Lattimore and Kool-Aid McKinstry, I know they're questionable, but, I mean, I got a feeling they're going to end up playing. Honey Badger. Don't forget about the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. So, I know they haven't been winning games, but this is still a tough team. But it's a tough team that is vulnerable. I will say that. They are vulnerable. Now, a couple of things are going to happen in this game in order for Carolina to really put themselves in position to win, especially if they can stay in the lead. They need to come out on fire, and they need to start igniting that fire through the run game. Especially if we do get Jonathan Brooks for this game, then there really should be no reason we don't run this ball down the Saints' throats. Because now you have 3 running backs that you could rotate. And you can get Jonathan Brooks involved finally. So there really should be no reason that we are lackluster on running the ball. That should be the bread and butter throughout the whole game with this offense, is running the ball. So Dave Canales, you speak about it quite a bit, but you need to be about it, and you need to be consistent about it. Otherwise, this is going to be another easy loss. So they have to really emphasize running the ball. I mean, you got Chuba, you got Miles, and potentially Jonathan Brooks. You got to get that running game going. You got to get that running game going, and you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. Also, we need to see plays called where Bryce Young takes shots downfield. We need to see him throw the ball down the field. I think, if I remember correctly, word is he has only made, like 4 or 5 throws of 20 or more yards this season. That's it. That's it. We really need for Bryce Young to take some shots downfield through play action, get that run game established. Need to see some play action. We need to see some shots downfield, medium passes, long passes. Like, you got nothing to lose. Let's take some risks. Aubrey, welcome to the stream. Hey, it's been a while. Howdy, champ. The Panthers should be relevant again in about 2 to 3 years, maybe. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. But Dave Canales, Bryce Young, yeah, like you got to open up the playbook. You got to take some shots downfield. And please, for the love of God, none of these fancy trick plays, these fancy draws or whatnot on dang on 3rd and short or 4th and short. Just hand the ball off. Don't get cute. Don't get fancy. Just hand the ball off. If it's 3rd and long, 2nd and long, we have got to start moving the ball downfield. You can't make these dump plays, these dump reads, and then expect for the receiver to just do the rest of the work. I mean, 3rd and 17 or 3rd and 15, and you're just doing check down, check down, check down, check down. That's not going to cut it. No defense fears us. I want folks to understand this. No defense fears us right now. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. And with Bryce Young starting, defenders don't have to worry about playing deep. They don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about giving a cushion. They don't. Joe Valesco says the defense too. They need to step up. I'm looking at Clowney. It's not just him. It's the whole defense. It's the whole defense. It's not just him. That's for sure. But like that's ridiculous. Only like 5 or 6 throws of 20 yards or more. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. Like seriously, we need to look downfield. We need to set up the bread and butter of the run game, and then they got to start doing some play action. They got to start looking downfield. Bryce Young did a good job on the first and last drives in that Broncos game where he looked good in the pocket. He looked good in the pocket. He stayed in the pocket, made the reads, and he fed the open man. So we know that Bryce can do that, but he's got to be consistent. There's got to be some consistency. That's the thing. That's the thing. But like I said, like Dave Canales has got to open up the playbook. Bryce has to be confident. He has to make confident throws. And they got to get the offense going. They got to. And then the defense, can't let the defense off the hook either. They're going to need to play strong and play physical. Like, I mean, what was the last time Carolina even got an interception? I don't think they've gotten an interception since the Chargers game. And wait, nah, there was the Raiders game. Yeah, there was the Raiders game. But it's like, dang. Can we get some interceptions? We only got 3 interceptions this season. One from Xavier Woods, one from Michael Jackson, one from J.C. Horn. 3 interceptions total. That's sad. That is sad. Ugh. But yeah, we've got to change these things around. We got to make some changes. We need to see some different things in this game. We need to see consistency in a good way on each side of the ball. And if Carolina can really get up early, very similar to like how they did in the Raiders game, that'll help. That'll help tremendously. Aubrey says the bottom line is our guys are not getting it done. Facts. Facts. And honestly, if they can't get at least one win between now and the bye, then they're really screwed. Because that second half coming out of the bye is going to be 10 times more difficult. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, and some might have caught this in one of my archives, but I figured I'd mention it, and I would love to get y'all's thoughts on this. I truly believe that at some point, probably between now and maybe the bye, Dave Canales and Dan Morgan, those two need to sit down and have a chit chat, a long chit chat, whether it's at a meeting, over dinner, coffee, I don't care. Dave Canales and Dan Morgan, they're supposed to be tight, right? They're supposed to be tight. They need to sit down, and Dan Morgan needs to pick Dave Canales' brain and find out what type of quarterback he really wants. Whether it's a veteran, a rookie, somebody that's going to be available in the next draft, somebody. Don't even think about the money. Don't even think about the money. Like get like a list, name like a handful. And then they need to do what they got to do to figure out how they can make that happen. But I really believe that Dan Morgan needs to sit down and have a talk with Dave Canales and figure out what type of quarterback he really wants. Because if you ask me, I really don't think it's Bryce Young. And I really don't think that relationship is working out. Dave Canales, Bryce Young, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. And like I said, I'm emphasizing this because all I know that all this has been happening with Dave Canales' first year of coaching, but going into this next season, because like I said, I am not so sure we'll win another game this year. But Dave Canales needs to really open up to Dan Morgan about what quarterback does he really want? What type of quarterback does he really want? And then they need to figure out how to make it happen. They need to figure that out. And, they might as well start brainstorming as early as possible. Of course, you still evaluate, the rest of your talent on the team. Because, I think you got some names that you could really think about keeping on there. Your Jalen Cokers, your Xavier Legette, um, your Chow Smith Wade. Chow Smith Wade has been doing pretty good. Trevin Wallace. Trevin Wallace. I think those are four names. Four rookies we drafted, or four rookies we have, because Jalen Coker was undrafted. I think those are four rookies they may want to seriously consider developing even more. I think they're promising. I think they're very promising. Jatavion Sanders as well. I think they're promising. So at least you got some young guys there that you can develop, that you can evolve, that you can sow into. Um, let's see. They need to go ahead and also talk about what they're going to do about J.C. Horn, Chuba Hubbard. Those are names that are in their last year of their contracts. They got a lot of talking, and they might as well go ahead and really look into it. You know, they might as well go ahead and look into it. As a matter of fact, let me actually pull up who's going to be free agents from the Carolina Panthers. Here we go, 2025 free agents. Let's see. 2025 free agents for Carolina: Austin Corbett, Andy Dalton, Jordan Fuller, Shaq Thompson, Sam Franklin, Johnny Hecker, Eddie Pinero, J.J. Jansen, Ian Thomas, Nick Scott, Brady Christensen, Tommy Tremble, Michael Jackson, Anthony Brown, David Moore, Charles Harris, Chuba Hubbard, Raheem Blackshear, Nick Thurman, LeBrian Ray, and Bruce Nelson. That's a lot of names, y'all. That's a lot of names with some key people in that list. Now, the only exceptions are Raheem Blackshear and Nick Thurman will be restricted free agents. Everybody else is a unrestricted free agent. So I do truly believe two names on that list that they should consider keeping are Chuba Hubbard and J.C. Horn. And then again, or actually, I do believe, I think J.C. Horn has the. Doesn't wait a minute. He might have the 5th-year option. Now that I think about it, he may have the 5th-year option. But still, J.C. Horn is somebody that they're going to want to consider about long term. Yeah, Aubrey. Yeah, that list is big. That list is big. Says that's a lot, but I don't know, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's something they're gonna want to start thinking about soon, especially with how the season is looking. Especially with how the season's looking. But and then I believe oh, and don't forget, trade deadline is I believe November the 5th. Remember the 5th of November. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that trade deadline's coming up. It's coming up very soon. Kevin McFarland, welcome to the stream. Hello, Blitz. How do you feel about the Deontay Johnson trade? We did not get much in return. We didn't. The Ravens definitely won that trade. At the same time, I don't think he would have wanted to come back anyways. Not only that, I don't think we would have had him after the season ended. So I get it. I just don't think we got equivalent value out of that trade. Um, he obviously wasn't really cutting it here. Um, so it is what it is, but we definitely did not get equal value. Aubrey says, I guess they are still trying to rebuild that franchise. Yeah, but man, it's taken a long time. But yeah, I really, and it just sucks too because you think about what we traded to get Deontay Johnson in the first place. We traded a pick and Dante Jackson, and Dante Jackson is balling right now. He has 5 interceptions. So, uh, Kevin says, I want CeeDee Lamb, I hope. I do not think we could afford CeeDee Lamb, bro. I really highly doubt that we could afford CeeDee Lamb. I highly doubt it. Um, CeeDee Lamb. What is he worth? Yeah, CeeDee Lamb right now, uh, he's currently because he's in his contract is a 4-year, 136 million dollar contract. Yeah, we can't afford a CeeDee Lamb. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And we really need to fully revamp our defense, at least to starting level. Yeah, and injuries have really kicked our butts. Um, I think definitely the D line could definitely use an overhaul, with the exception of Derek Brown. The D line really needs an overhaul, and for God's sake, please go back to the 4-3. And also, I want folks to keep something in mind. Now, I know there may be those that feel that it's not really fair to Coach Ajaro because of the injuries and that he should be fired or whatnot. Some feel like he should be fired, some don't, and don't feel it's been fair for him because of injuries. But do keep in mind that even though Ajaro did a good job with that Denver defense when he was over there, and I know Vance Joseph kind of struggled at first, but let's keep it real. That Denver defense now is much better than when Ajaro was there. I hate to say it, but Vance Joseph has gotten that defense pretty strong. So I'm just saying. I had to throw that in there. I had to throw that in there. But yeah, I just really don't get me wrong. This is a winnable game. I will say that. As shocking as that sounds, this is a winnable game. But I just don't know. I just honestly don't know. Because I mean, that first matchup, which like I said, the Saints are a weaker team now versus that first matchup. So I guess it just really I guess one thing this game will definitely determine, it's going to determine whether or not the Panthers are capable of taking advantage of a team that's vulnerable, or are the Carolina Panthers really, really legit that terrible? That's what we're going to find out this Sunday. We got to remember the Saints have lost six straight. Six straight. Won the first two games, then are on a 6-game losing streak. So while they are vulnerable, we're on a 5-game losing streak, and we have yet to win a game at home. So I don't know, y'all. Aubrey says, I think it's going to be a sweep. Yeah, I have a bad feeling. Well, one, I don't think it'll be an obliteration like it was that first game. But at the end of the day, it's like I said on a previous video, I've come to the conclusion that Bryce Young is a backup quarterback at best. At best. Could that change down the line? Possibly, but right now, backup quarterback at best. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Ah. Aubrey says it might be competitive. I hope it is. I hope it will be competitive. It needs to be competitive. It needs to be competitive. Whew, man. It's going to be tough, y'all. It's going to be really tough. And like I said, if Derek Carr does play, watch out. Because don't forget, Derek Carr is undefeated against Carolina. Because don't forget, he's not only defeated us when he was with the Saints, but he's also defeated us when he was with the Raiders in the past. Just saying. Ah, goodness gracious. Well, as far as score prediction, oof. I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. Part of me wants to say somehow, some way we get it together and win this game, but ah ah I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. I really don't know. Aubrey says 28-14 Saints. That's not as bad as I was, you know. Well, then again, that was the score in the Broncos game. Um shoot. Oh man. Um I'm going to go out on a limb and say, you know what? I'll say 28-17. 28-17 Saints. Eddie Pinero sneaks in a field goal. Because, every now and then he tends to sneak in a field goal or two in these games. But yeah, I'll say 28-17 Saints. I hope by some shades of a miracle I'm wrong. I really, really do. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. And see, looking at these standings, man, who would have thought the Falcons would be 5-3 right now? The Falcons are 5-3. The Bucks are 4-4. Oh, now Aubrey's changing it to 21-10 Saints. Okay, 21-10 Saints. Gotcha. But yeah, looking at the NFC, wow, the Washington Commanders are leading the division. They're leading the NFC East. What? The Commanders are 6-2, undefeated at home. They're 4-0, 4-0 at home. Goodness gracious. The Commanders. Okay. Okay, I see ya. Um Now, I tell you what, the NFC North, the NFC North, I got a feeling is going to be a lot closer than we may expect towards the end of the season. I mean, the Detroit Lions 6-1, the Packers are 6-2, the Vikings are 5-2, the Bears are 4-3, but the Bears are undefeated at home. The Bears are undefeated at home. Can you believe that? Um, the Commanders are solid, yo. Yeah, yeah, they are on a roll. They are on a roll. Um, and like I said, the NFC South Falcons are 5-3. Man, when was the last time the Falcons led the division? Man, and the Falcons, they're undefeated on the road. Go figure. Um, let's see. The NFC West, can you believe it? We got a three-way tie between the Cardinals, Niners, and Seahawks, all with records of 4-4. Whew. All that talk I was saying earlier about the Arizona Cardinals being a sure win. Ooh, I might have to eat my words on that. The Cardinals are doing a little something something. And we got to play them. We got to play them this year. So that NFC West is definitely up for grabs. Yeah, NFC North and NFC West definitely up for grabs. All right, let's look at the AFC. Uh AFC East, I mean, let's keep it real. The Buffalo Bills, I think it's safe to say the Buffalo Bills are pretty much going to win that division. I mean, they're 6-2. The Dolphins are 2-5, and the Jets and Patriots are 2-6. The Bills should have that division. Aubrey says the Lions are the hottest team in the league right now, from what I can see. Oh yeah, the Lions. Yeah, they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. AFC North. Steelers are 6-2. Ravens are 5-3. Cincinnati 3-5, Cleveland 2-6. I think it's most likely going to come down to the Ravens and Steelers. Uh, the AFC South. I mean, C.J. Stroud might not be having his best year, but they are still 6-2. Texans are 6-2. Colts are kind of in the middle there at 4-4, but I think Texans seem like they are the favorites. Um, and then of course the AFC West. I mean, you still have the undefeated Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, 7-0. Um, although the Broncos, keep an eye on them. They're 5-3. They might creep up into a wild card. The Chargers might make a comeback, but eh. And don't forget Kansas City. Now Kansas City, they've been making moves because they just got DeAndre Hopkins. They just got DeAndre Hopkins, and they are looking really, really stacked. Aubrey, yeah, cannot sleep on the champs. Kansas City, solid defense. You're right. But let's keep it real. Kansas City has a dynasty. Let's keep it real. They have a dynasty. They have a dynasty. So, like I said, I know they lost Rashee Rice, but Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, but what did they do? They went out and made moves to keep them strong and relevant. That's what dynasty teams do. That's what franchises like that do. They might three-peat. It's possible. It's very possible. Very possible. It is very possible. But I really but if you ask me so far with these standings, oh, so supposedly, I don't know if y'all have heard this. I don't know if y'all have heard this. But word is that the Colts and the Panthers might be talking about a quarterback swap. Um, this is a rumor, but supposedly the idea would be giving Anthony Richardson to us, and the Colts would get Bryce Young. Now, Anthony Richardson just got benched for Joe Flacco. Not only that, Anthony Richardson apparently complained about needing to sit out because he was tired. I'm gonna tell you right now, they better not do that trade. They better not do that trade. I'm sorry, but I don't want somebody on this team that just gets tired that easily and they have to sit out. No. No. I know Anthony Richardson's a bigger guy than Bryce Young and blah blah blah. No. No. Let's not act like Anthony Richardson has been that much better than Bryce Young. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Sure, folks can say that Anthony Richardson may be better than Bryce Young, but that is not saying much. Y'all know it, and I know it. I don't care if he is 6'4", 244 pounds. Let's not act like he's been that much better than Bryce Young. Not to mention, if this guy is going out there and getting fatigued that easily, no. 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 I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, he's a bigger guy, but no. Mm-mm. Aubrey says, I did not hear that Anthony Richardson is crazy or he has some health issues. Maybe. All I know is it don't look good. It don't look good. It does not look good at all. Yeah, it don't look good. But yeah, they better not. Now if they make that trade, Dan Morgan, I'm gonna need to holler at you. I'm gonna need to holler at you. Shoot. If he makes that trade, if he okays that trade, we might have to consider reviewing the job that Dan Morgan's been doing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No way, man. No way, man. No way, man. But uh, hey, hey, hey. Oh, hey, you made it. Yeah. Yeah, let me do that. 1 second. 1 second. Ah, no. What the heck? Okay. There you go. You should have it. Yeah, for him to come out of the game like something is most definitely wrong. Yeah, like it's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look. Ugh. But I am hoping that Jonathan Brooks makes his debut. He practiced full participant, so I'm hoping he does make his debut. We gotta get that happening. We gotta see what he can do. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Heads up. So Derek Carr is expected to play this Sunday. And Jake Hayner will be Derek Carr's backup. So yeah, Derek Carr is expected to play this Sunday, y'all. Whoo! Yeah. Well, this could get ugly. This could get really ugly. This could get really ugly. But yeah, Corey, check your Facebook Messenger. I sent you the info. But this could get really, really, really ugly. Ah. I mean, especially considering they're on a 6-game losing streak and Derek Carr comes back. Oof. Oof. I'm scared, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm scared. I'm scared. But they really need to come out there and really. They need to come out there and they need to shock the mess out of the Saints. They need to show us something. Show us something. Show us something. Otherwise, this is gonna be it's gonna be pretty nasty. It's gonna be a pretty nasty game. But hey, Carolina, what y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it? I think Corey might be on his way in. But yeah, I'll probably have him do a lot of the talking because I really don't have a whole lot left to say. Hey, you made it. Welcome.
Let's see. Is it working?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey. All right, we're in. We're in.
So I've gotten a good bit out. So, bro, I'm gonna let you do a lot of the talking. So,
Sounds good to me.
so hey, the floor is yours. I mean, the matchup. Uh, I'll start us off with this just to kind of get you going. Um,
Sounds good.
Saints are on a 6-game losing streak. We're on a 5-game losing streak. It's been confirmed that Derek Carr is expected to play.
Mm-hmm.
Although Spencer Rattler will not be the backup, Jake Hayner will be his backup. um, DJ Wanham and Jonathan Brooks were full participants. So we may be seeing the debuts of DJ Wanham and Jonathan Brooks this Sunday. So, your thoughts?
Before I begin, I just spotted the fact that Alvin Kamara just got a 2-year extension for the Saints.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
2 years, $24.5 million, 19.2 guaranteed. So
Oh,
that's an average of 12.2 per year.
interesting. Interesting. USO PPTVT, thank you for the follow.
Dak Prescott got extended 4-year contract now. It's for 240 million dollars, excuse me, 60 million per year average, 129 million fully guaranteed. Spencer Brown with the Bills extended 4-year contract now, $72 million, $18 million per year, $19.8 million guaranteed. The
Wow.
and Jalen Ramsey 3-year contract extension here. $72.3 million, 24.1 average per year, 24.2 fully guaranteed $1 million. Um, and the reason I mentioned Alvin Kamara is because we're playing against the Saints. The reason I mentioned Spencer Brown is obvious. We used to have him on our roster. Dak Prescott's an obvious one too. We're going to end up playing the Dallas Cowboys at some point this year.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, these are all very, very relevant extensions. Also, Justice Hill, 2-year extension, $6 million.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah. David Montgomery, 2-year extension, 18.2. These all happened all in the past month here in September and October.
Ah, wow.
The last 2 months.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's something to be considered here.
USO, Carolina Panthers. We're both Carolina Panther fans. Oh, USO is a Dolphins fan. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, cool.
Right on, right on.
Welcome on in. Best of luck to your Dolphins. They're
Yeah.
not having the best of years so far, but maybe that could turn around.
Yeah. I believe isn't Tua healthy now? Didn't he just got.
Last I heard, yeah.
Oh, okay. So disappointed about this season. Hey, I feel you. I know the feeling. I know the
Yep.
feeling.
Same. I think we all are.
Yeah.
Shout out Marcos Cash who goes, yo.
Hey,
Shout
hey.
out to Real Sunchild who says, in the building, keep pounding, let's go.
Keep pounding.
Yeah. And I'll open up with this. The scariest thing you're going to see all Halloween night is the Carolina Panthers being a 1-win team.
Oof. Well,
I'm
he's
just saying, as a Panthers fan, that's the scariest thing you're going to see. And that tops ghouls, goblins, vampires, zombies, aliens, whatever you happen to see out there in a
dang.
costume.
Dang, he said over all of the above. Goodness gracious.
Oof, it's terrifying. You know, we're not making the most out of the talent that we have. And that's what is the most terrifying out of all of this. Because Dave Canales and Dan should be scared for their jobs
Yeah.
if
Oh
they
yeah.
don't start showing some progress. And I'm not even asking for a winning record at this point. I'm expecting at least 2 more wins. I want one against uh, the Giants of Germany, and I I, I want one more. I don't
Yeah.
know where it's going to come from, but I want one more.
I was
You know,
think
so we at least top the 2 wins that we had last year, so we don't look like a total doormat for the NFL and bottom feeder and a
yeah.
complete joke of a team for the league.
I mean, I was thinking Arizona, but they're 4-4 right now. So they've been doing a little something something.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
and I think that has a lot to do with Kyler Murray.
Yeah. USO says you prefer Dalton or Bryce Young as quarterback. Honestly, both are struggling.
I
I
prefer Andy, and I'll
I
tell you why. Um, if you consider what he did, his whole entire body of work so far, he actually threw for over 300 yards against the Raiders.
he did.
Um, played really well against the Bengals the following week, and honestly, one of those interceptions against Atlanta was not even his fault. So, in my honest opinion, I think Andy does still give us a better chance to win. I didn't see what I wanted to see out of Bryce Young in this past game. I think that the first drive looked good. I'm not going to say great. I'm going to say good. Because I've seen a lot better ones.
Hmm.
Um, even in preseason, I've seen better ones from him. But the thing is, that was preseason. This is the real thing. You got to
Right.
come out there. You got to ball out.
Yep.
When your number is called, you got to ball out. There's no excuses. There's no, well, maybe this should have happened. Maybe that should have happened. No, you live or die by the results that you get. Now, some reasons can come into play, like the offensive line having struggles.
Uh-huh.
Icky in particular again, you know. Um we Taylor Moton is not an excuse anymore. That's not a crutch anymore. Taylor Moton's doing well. In the last couple games before he got hurt. So now Josh Neiman is not it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Josh Neiman is not it. We need to go out there and we need to draft a tackle. One of the first 3 rounds needs to be a tackle, a left tackle in particular, because this cannot continue. And,
Um,
and at this point, Icky has turned into Cameron Irving for me.
ouch. That's pretty low.
Second string material. That means we got to draft somebody that could be a starter.
Yeah. Okay.
Icky can give you 3 quarters, but he can't give you 4.
Aubrey, thanks again for coming through. We'll see you next time.
And I want to say that the wide receiver separation issue is still there. It's been there all year. Let's not act like that's not still a problem, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I really want to eliminate all of these crutches and just have these quarterbacks either pass or fail on their own merit. But sometimes that's not realistic, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to take advantage of what you have, and you know, everybody's going to be like, "Oh, well, you use this XYZ thing as a crutch." Well, what would you have me do?
Yeah.
You know, well,
hmm
you got to take it at face value sometimes, and that's the struggle of having that conversation.
Um,
Um,
USO says, I'm just hoping the Jets lose right now against the Texans. And he says,
what
what
of that?
he says, what do you think about the Dolphins this season? What's missing or what's left over? In my opinion, I think we need to prepare for the next season, and I think we should sell this one. I mean, y'all went from like the number one offense to just, but then again, y'all have had a lot of injuries. I mean,
Yeah, the Dolphins have had an interesting year so far, and Tua can only carry them so far.
and not only
That's
that, like the teams that they've beaten, they've beaten the Jaguars and the Patriots, but they've
that's not
lost.
impressive.
Yeah, they lost to the Bills, Seahawks, Titans, Colts, and Cardinals, and yeah,
Here's the thing, you know, the Bills are contenders still.
yeah,
Um, Seahawks are mid. Um, Colts right now are mid because you got Joe Flacco. Only because you got Joe Flacco. If you still had AR in, yeah, that's a trash Colts team.
well,
Um, but listen to the Cardinals, the Patriots. Uh, well, barely beating the Patriots 15-10 is not impressive. Losing
yeah,
to the Titans is garbage, and losing and barely beating the Jaguars is not impressive either. With Trevor Lawrence having a rough year and ETN being hurt, so you're not really advancing this year. So looking at the rest of that Dolphins schedule, you got the Bills again in Buffalo. That's going to be a loss.
yeah,
Rams, you might be able to squeak one out there. Rams have been struggling lately. Raiders, you're not beating the Raiders. No. Patriots again, you might win that one. Packers, no. Not in Green Bay, no. Not a not on a Sunday night. Mm-mm. Jets, 50-50.
Yeah, I think they probably could sneak one out against the Jets.
Maybe. It depends on what the Jets are doing at that point. They're kind of streaky at the moment.
Yeah,
Texans, no.
nah.
Niners, no. Browns in Cleveland, no.
Actually, I think they could beat the Browns. I think they could beat the Browns
Well, the Browns almost squeaked one out.
because
I think they actually beat the Ravens, didn't they?
uh yeah
Yeah,
they
they
yeah
did.
they did.
Yeah. So don't sleep on Cleveland right now.
USO did
And
say
then,
he also said we played against Anthony Richardson and we even lost. Yeah, they did lose to the Colts.
yeah, when you lose the AR, no, no, I'm sorry,
Well,
no.
well
Your your
he's got
team
a
is garbage.
he's got a point.
And then you finish out with the Jets in New York. Mm. Which, if you barely squeak by the Jets at home, Jets are going to want revenge in the last game.
USO says I think my team totally depends on Tua right now. Sounds like
Yep,
it.
I would say yeah because you
Oh my God! Garrett Wilson just made an impressive falling away one-handed catch in the end zone. Oh,
wow.
oh, bro, I gotta message this to you. This was impressive. Oh my God, that was impressive. Kept his feet in bounds as well. Oh shoot.
You see the Hail Mary pass on
Yeah,
Sunday? Good
yeah,
lord.
yeah. I remember
Are you
Damien.
kidding me? Like that was the wildest Hail Mary pass I've seen in the NFL in a long time.
Yeah,
Even if that ball wasn't tipped, it was still going straight to it.
yeah. It was a crazy sequence.
That's the crazy part.
USO says I'm so sad about don't have Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right there. Hurt. But yeah, I messaged you the clip of that one hander.
Hmm. Let's see. Let's see.
But yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Let me see this. Uh, while we're talking about the Jets game, 14-10 Jets right now with about 11 minutes to go. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Ah.
All right. Let's see this video. I can't play it on stream because I'll probably get hit with copyright, but
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry about that.
whoa!
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? That toe tap?
you see that while
There's
falling
no
back,
way.
one hander.
There's no way. That is incredible. Dude was struck in the Michael Jordan pose, man.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
hmm
All right.
Yeah, very impressive. Um, U.S.
And the reason I brought up the Texans is because the Chiefs just traded for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, they did.
As if that wide receiver core wasn't terrifying enough. Now it just got even more terrifying to
Yep.
deal with. I mean, this is like a Madden trade right here. Come on.
Yeah.
They're loading up. They want another trophy.
They look like they might be on their way to three-peating.
My God. I don't think anybody's three-peated. Have they?
Uh,
Not to my knowledge.
not no. Especially not lately. Um, U- USO says impressive catch by the way. We need Cam Ward. LOL, a complete quarterback. Man, there's been a lot of people really on Cam Ward.
I mean, I like Cam Ward. It's just a question of like, how are you going to develop once he gets to the NFL.
Right.
Are you going to keep his production going, and how are you going to use him? You know, because a lot of these quarterbacks that get drafted up in the NFL go to the wrong places and go to the wrong systems. So, their talents don't immediately translate, what they were doing in college to the NFL.
Right.
Because some of these teams will have to switch their whole system up just to fit the quarterback,
Yeah.
or, completely start another build around that quarterback. And it doesn't work, if you're going to immediately start it.
Good point. Uh, USO says, "What are your predictions for the Super Bowl?"
It's too early. It's too early.
Uh,
I'm
it
gonna say Chiefs right now, but I'm not gonna say who the NFC team is.
like it is kind of
Early.
early. It is kind of early, but I mean, if I had to pick a matchup, Chiefs Lions, Chiefs Lions. But that, but yeah,
That's a tough one for me.
it's too. I
Um,
agree though. It is too early. It's a little too
it's
early.
it's not going to be Dallas. I can tell you that. They're going to stick with Dak Prescott throughout the playoffs, and they're going to choke again.
Yeah,
So it
that's
ain't going to be them. Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
the only
I
the,
see the Falcons winning the division.
the only two teams that I could see that could knock the Chiefs out for that Super Bowl spot is either the Ravens or the Bills.
Mm, I don't think the Bills will be able to do it. Not this year. Ravens are another matter. Ravens have enough firepower to keep up. That would come down to 7 points, within 7 points.
USO says Nerf Chiefs, and he says I think the Ravens can make it. Yeah, I think the Ravens have a
Yeah,
shot.
I do feel like if those two were to meet, that's the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
100%. I'm feeling it right now. Pittsburgh has an outside in look as well,
Yeah.
so don't sleep on them. Um, I well, Minnesota's 5-2.
Yeah, like that NFC North is up for grabs. Like Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, uh and
Philly's 5-2.
the thing is, hate to say it, but even Chicago, they're undefeated at home. They're 4-0 at home.
Yeah, I'm not buying Chicago though as a legit contender. If you look at who Chicago's played, let's just go through the list here because I'm not impressed. Yeah, you beat the Titans 44
Actually,
to 17,
actually you make a fair point. They beat the Titans, Rams, Panthers and Jaguars. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
and they lost to the Commanders 18 to 15. They put up a valiant fight against the Commanders. I'll give them that, but they still lost. You
Yeah.
lost to AR. You lost to CJ Stroud. You know, beating the
Yeah.
Rams, Panthers, Jaguars, and Titans is not impressive. Sorry.
I think second half of the season is really going to test them when they got to play the Packers twice, the Vikings twice,
Yeah, I want to see what they do against a real team when they face the Packers and Vikings and Lions
and the
back to
Lions.
back to
Yeah.
back. Yeah, those three are going to shut this team down,
And
and that's going to do it for the Bears for the rest of the year.
you
Because you
you
still got the Niners, you still got the Vikings again, and then you got the Lions.
and they also play the Seahawks as well.
Yep, and then the Packers to finish out. So yeah, Bears are done.
Yeah, that second half of the season is gonna really be a tough test for them.
They're not going to make it.
USO says Saints started off good, but they fell off. Yeah, won their first two games
Yeah,
and then lost six straight.
that's been a major question for me. Is like what happened with the Saints because they had so much firepower, you know, and we couldn't let it candle to them, you know, and that looked like their actual strength, you know.
So this game, definitely this is a winnable game. But the thing is,
Yeah.
Derek Carr is returning.
Yep. Mm,
So, but it's interesting because
this will be a blowout.
we we could be seeing the debuts of Jonathan Brooks and DJ Wonnum. So, and I got a scary stat for you.
Okay.
Do you know Bryce Young has only thrown 5 passes of 20 yards or more?
Yeah, I want to get into that in a second too because I've got some questions about that. Let
Yeah,
me read my chat and then we'll get into it
go for it.
because I really want to dive down that rabbit hole.
Go for it.
Isaiah Isaac says we know the feeling, pain, regarding our record. Uh, until they show me otherwise, I don't trust them to win another game. Rams are healthy now. Cooper Cup and Puka are back. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna matter. The Rams don't have enough talent to stay in any race right now. It's just not enough. Yeah, they look good against the Saints, but I mean, you know, you gotta ask yourselves, can they maintain that?
Mm,
Because Stafford's been having a bad year, and it's not just him; it's all the entire team and the injuries and everything else.
mm.
Um, all right, so getting into the rabbit hole of this uh no, lack of deep passing. Now, I got laughed at when I tried to present this in another stream, but which I'm used to this, but
Uh-oh.
I think there's something to it. Now, you date this back to Cam Newton,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
We have now fired how many offensive coordinators?
Oh, shoot.
How many have we fired?
Let's see. Joe Brady. Um.
Mm-hmm.
What's the dude with
One.
the big head and chin. Um. Used to be a coach of the Giants. I can't think of his. Oh, Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo.
And McAdoo, too. I
Um.
count Norv Turner in that mix, too. That's three.
Um. Thomas Brown.
Four.
Shoot.
Four.
Oh man. There's got to be more. I thought there were more.
There might be one more. I don't know. But my point being, we've been through how many offensive coordinators now, and not we've been through how many quarterbacks,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and none of these guys, even Cam Newton, were allowed to go past 5 to 7 yards. Are you starting to see a connection here? We're talking Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, Baker,
Darnold.
Sam Darnold, and now Bryce Young. And I technically count Andy Dalton as well after the last game that we played against Atlanta. That's now five quarterbacks. Five quarterbacks. Oh, PJ Walker is six. PJ Walker is
Oh
six.
yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Everybody forgets about him. but 6 quarterbacks now that have not been allowed to throw past the 10-yard mark.
Or at least not much. Not much.
Yeah. Why is that? You got to ask yourselves, why is that? This goes deeper than offensive coordinator. Clearly, because this is a pattern. You know, once or twice, okay, that's a coincidence. You got some bad offensive coordinators. We'll chalk it up to that. 3 times, but now we're talking 4, even 5 offensive coordinators. You know,
Maybe onto
that's
something
not a
there.
coincidence anymore. That's a pattern. We got a problem here.
Yeah, definitely not enough shots taken downfield. Definitely
And
not
this,
enough.
keep in mind, this is now the second coaching regime that has tried the West Coast. And the West Coast absolutely prides itself on deep shots just as much as it does short passing. If you looked at the West Coast playbooks, this is not good. We've seen the old version of West Coast and we've seen the new version of West Coast. Because the old version of West Coast featured Philip Rivers, and he was killing it down the field
Yeah.
back in the day. He never had a problem with that with Norv Turner as an offensive coordinator. But as soon as Norv became offensive coordinator here, no more deep shots. We're not allowed to do that anymore. Why not? Why can we not audible into a deep shot when we see 7, 8 people in the box?
Or
This isn't rocket
or
science.
audible in general. I don't think we barely even audible, but yeah.
Folks, this isn't brain surgery. Why can we not have a quarterback do that in Carolina unless they're not allowed to? Why is the coaching staff preventing them from doing that? And David Screws presented this before, and I was like, I didn't put any stock into it until I started really looking at it after this week. Like, he made me really start looking into it. I was just like, you know what? You got a point. This isn't a fluke anymore. This is real. Yeah, I saw the 300 yards from Andy Dalton. I said, it's a fluke. And now we're here.
We're here.
I
Yeah,
also want to know. I also want to know what kind of drills we're doing during practices that are getting half our players hurt that are not even seeing the field.
oh yeah. That's a fair point. And but yeah, like when I heard that stat, like only 5 passes, like all season. I mean,
That's
I
unacceptable.
know it's been only 3 games that Bryce has played so far, but dang, or 3 games that he
Right.
started. But and
And the haters of Bryce are going to use the excuse, oh, he's too short. Oh, he can't see over his line. Oh, he can't do this. He can't do that. Listen to me. This is not about just Bryce Young. This goes further than that.
to be
Ladies and gentlemen, this goes further. We're talking Cam Newton, the MVP of 2015, can't throw deep late in his career.
and I still think a big part of it, I think it may be a confidence issue. And and and
Could be.
the thing that I present is we all have seen Bryce Young confident in a pocket. We saw it in the first and final drives of that Denver game, especially that first drive.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was super comfortable in the pocket, did not move out of it unless necessary, but he stayed in that pocket and made throws from that pocket.
Yeah.
So it's not like we've never seen Bryce Young complete a good stellar drive. It's that lack of consistency, and they need to figure out what's up. Because, for folks saying that, he
Mm-hmm.
can't do it, he can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's at least shown that he can do it. We've seen it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the consistency that's lacking.
Correct. That first drive, it, he looked okay, and I completely agree with you. He has shown that he can do it. There was one drive during the Chargers game that he looked good too, but you want to talk about late in the game against the Broncos? I mean, that was garbage time. Anybody can look good at garbage time, even Sam Darnold, before he
Yeah,
became who he is now,
yeah,
could look good in garbage time. He
because
was terrible with the Jets
yeah,
when
because
he first came over here.
you got to look at it. Bryce had that first drive, and then like what the next 7 drives were bad, including 2 of them where he threw picks. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, and see, I now don't get me wrong. This is a good opportunity for Bryce to redeem himself. Like,
Yeah.
he only had the one rushing touchdown in that first game. I mean, first pass he threw was a pick. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a big opportunity for him to redeem himself. But I really think there's certain things that I'm seeing that
Mm-hmm.
make me question 2 things. One, it makes me question does he even have a good relationship with Dave Canales? I'm still kind of iffy on that.
Hmm.
And
Good
like,
question.
ever since that first interview he got when he was given the green light to start again, his
Mm-hmm.
his his demeanor just did not look eager. He didn't look excited.
He
He did.
didn't look energized. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you
I,
lost your
I
start.
feel like that's been how he always has been that way, you know, ever since he first came in. And watching his pressers and stuff like that, he's just never had that energetic demeanor. And some players are like that, and then they'll come out and ball out on the field.
I mean,
Luke Kuechly was like that.
I guess it's just. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's the fact that when you lose your starting spot due to poor play, and
Mm-hmm.
then you've been given the nod, okay, you're gonna start again, and you haven't started in a handful of games. Like me personally, I would be like, oh snap, this is my chance.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so
I feel what you're saying there.
yeah. So I mean, well, I mean, I really hope it goes well.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we do have some gems on this offense. I mean, Jalen Coker, Xavier Leggett,
Yeah.
those are 2 that I really believe they need to um, concentrate on evolving, developing. I think they need to stay around. I think we got 2 gems there. I think we got a gem in Jatavion Sanders.
Yeah.
Um, and
XL actually ended up questionable, didn't he?
yeah, and I think
Mm-hmm.
he may have been limited practice today,
Mm-hmm.
but you got some gems there. You got some folks that you can develop. And
Yeah.
even on the defense, your Trevin Wallace, your Chow Smith Wade,
Mm-hmm.
like, those are some good names. But like, I know it's
We'll
scary.
get to Chow later.
I know it's scary because, Derek Carr is returning for this game, but like Carolina just needs to show up. They really need to show up. Play for pride. If nothing else, the season may be a wash. Play for pride. Play
I'm
for
not
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not asking these guys to do anything more than they could do at this point. You know, I want 3 quarters out of these boys. Just give me 3 quarters and I'll be satisfied with that against the Saints because we know that the Saints are better than us. You know, we know that they're going to make a resurgence in this game and it's just going to happen. We've been absolute hot garbage this year. So
Yeah,
I fully expect any of these players that are on this team, for the Saints to just say, "Hey, here's our opportunity. Let's not waste it. We've been kicked around, we've been tossed around. This is our chance. You know, let's put as many points on that board as we can put up. Let's absolutely let out our frustrations on the Panthers.
yeah,
It's a division team.
yep. And a team that obliterated us that first game. So, they're going to want to get
Yeah,
back on track after losing six straight.
yeah.
And we still have yet to win a game at home, which that's scary because back then we were known
Mm,
for winning more of our games at home than on the road, but
right.
dang, we can't win at the bank. Jeez.
Mm. And you know, when I went to the Atlanta game, I knew exactly what to expect, but at the same time, I didn't.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I figured give me 3 quarters of Carolina Panthers football, and I'm satisfied with that against Atlanta. I know this team is way better than us. I know that they have more weapons, more talent, everything. So give me 3 quarters and I'll be satisfied with that. They gave me that and I was satisfied. I walked out of there and I was like, okay, I'll take it. We might not have won, but I'll take it. You guys showed up and you actually gave me Carolina football. You gave me something entertaining to watch while we were losing. It's like Mr. Carolina said, if we're going to lose, entertain me.
Yeah.
At least entertain me. And he's absolutely right. I never thought we would actually have to use that phrase this year.
Oh yeah, good point.
On literally every strong team that we're playing against. But here we are. But the thing is, like, I'm never going to ask for more than these guys can put up. You know,
Hmm.
maybe try to break your glass ceiling, but if you can't do it, you can't do it this year. I get it. You know, we're having a rough year, and it's an evaluation year. It's the first year of a coaching series. You go back and you look at every good head coach out there. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, Norv Turner back in the day.
Hmm.
Every one of them had a first year evaluation year so that they can figure out what the team is, who they are coaching, what they need to see, put some boundaries in place on what they need to scout and say, okay, now we know what we're looking for going forward. We've set the bar. Now let's go get it. Now, the second year is where you really start evaluating that head coaching position and say, okay, now I want some results. Now that we've had 2 good off seasons under our belt, starting from scratch,
Hmm.
I want some results. That's when the records start to matter for me. Um, because if we're just basing on the records for year one, I think we're fooling ourselves,
Mm.
you know? And we're playing a game of cat and mouse. It's just not realistic here. You know, this coaching staff is just playing musical chairs just to see what works and what doesn't work.
Right,
Like I
right.
said, it's an evaluation process. You've seen these players go in and out transactions wise. You'll see that a lot during these first years, of successful coaches. Mike Tomlin was like that. You know, you just
Yeah.
have to pay attention to what those moves are and why they were made. That's what I want people to pay attention to because that tells you, okay, this is the identity of this head coach. This is what he's looking for versus what he's not looking.
Hmm.
This player fits his mold. This player does not. Why does this player fit his mold? Why does this player not fit his mold? And what purposes do they have and serve in that offense or defense or special teams? You know, we've had a few players moving in and out of special teams too. Um, what I'm not thrilled with is the fact that one of those transactions really got under my skin, and that was Troy Hill.
Oh yeah, us letting him. Yeah,
I
yeah.
took a lot of heat for that one, but I'm not backing down.
Uh-huh.
If you look at Troy Hill's stats, okay, let I need to bring this up on my screen.
All
My
right.
my viewers have already seen this, but just in case you haven't, um, let me bring that up. Go ahead and catch up on chat or whatever you need to do while I do this.
Um. The last thing I had, USO was saying NFC North is wild though. Yeah, yeah. NFC North is definitely it's up for grabs for sure. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's definitely up for grabs.
Oh, the Buccaneers signed him. Are you kidding me?
Signed who?
Troy Hill.
What?
I just saw that on ESPN.
What the
Buccaneers signed him.
what the heck did that happen?
Apparently, in the last few days. I
Wow.
looked him up on ESPN. There it is. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh man.
Just so y'all know, I'm not making this up. Hold up.
Oh
Hold
yeah.
up.
Oh yeah. They
Because I'm
signed.
about to put it on my screen, too.
Yeah, they signed him to a practice squad, but you know he's not going to be on there for long.
Oh, my
Dang.
Lord.
Yeah, they signed him to the practice squad. What?
Bro.
Oh, to a division rival. Come on. Come on.
You got to be freaking kidding me, bro.
Come on. Well,
I don't know why it's not letting me show my video. There we go. I don't know. It's not letting me show it. Well, you won't be able to see me, but I'll be able to show you. Okay, so Troy Hill has 20 solo tackles, one pass deflection this year. This is his ninth season in the league. Keep in mind, ESPN has him at 5'10, 182 pounds. Now, everybody wants to claim that his age is the reason that we cut him. That was the narrative.
oh God.
Now, when you go and you look at the stats overall, what do you see? This dude is still putting up the same numbers he was putting up before.
Yeah, and
Same numbers.
he was our nickel.
Same freaking numbers. So I don't want to hear the fact that the age was the factor here. No, it wasn't. 9 years in the league. Plus, we've seen corners that have gone longer,
Yep.
and their numbers did not decline either.
Heck, look at Stephon Gilmore, and he's with the Vikings, and look at what they're doing.
And his numbers did not decline either.
Yep.
He is still doing the exact same thing he was doing last year.
It's like, you know why, folks? Because it's Stephon Gilmore.
Exactly. You know why? Because it's Troy Hill.
Because it's Troy Hill.
20 solo tackles. He had 30 solo tackles in 16 games last year. He's already up to 20 in 6 games.
It's ridiculous. That was our nickel. That was our best nickel guy. Oh man.
And an excellent run stopper. He was one of the few good run stoppers we had left. And right now, we can't afford to lose that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's something we can't afford to lose when we're already struggling on the defensive line right now.
Yeah. Oh, and
You've got Trevin Wallace, you've got Jewel that's been excellent. Troy Hill was putting up run stopping numbers, and now Troy Hill's gone.
yeah,
Okay,
just
so you look at a salary cap, we actually lost money when we moved it. This is what's really going to upset the balance here. Because a lot of people don't know this or they haven't been paying attention. All right, so thus far, this was a $1.3 million contract and 583,000 guaranteed. Amount earned $0.
mm, mm-mm.
$0. Ladies and gentlemen, this man earned nothing from us the entire year, which means he played for free. He did all of that work for free. And you cut him loose.
Ouch.
Why? Somebody please tell me why. That freaking pisses me off, man. I'm sorry, that pisses me off. As a Panthers fan, it should piss you off too.
Yeah, that one,
That is unacceptable as a move.
and
And the first,
that was
you
worse.
remember what I responded with too, don't you, Blitz?
Yeah, I mean that's worse than
Tell
the
them what I responded with.
uh it was kind of wasn't it a little X-rated? Dude, you raged. And I get it. I get it. You totally raged, but I get it. I totally get it. Honestly, that move was worse than this Deontay Johnson trade.
Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a second. We gonna get. No, we gonna talk about that elephant in the room in a minute. Right now, I'm dealing with Troy Hill because the first thing I said after all of that was, "You better hope Chow Smith Wade can handle his business out there, because if you don't have Chow Smith Wade handling his business, you are screwed at nickel.
Yeah, exactly.
This man better be ready." Man, I'm telling you, that's one of the dumbest moves we have made in the last 5 years. And that accounts for a lot of moves, ladies and gentlemen.
A whole lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious. Oh, and I gotta mention this because I know you brought this up with me.
Go ahead.
For any all out there that honestly, and I know this is a rumor, speculation, nothing official, but
Mm-hmm.
for those out there that would honestly be okay with the idea of swapping Bryce Young with Anthony Richardson, stop. Stop.
Not only no, but heck no. Followed by an extra dessert of no.
Like, okay,
Are
he's
are
okay.
you kidding me? No,
Like, okay, he's taller. Okay, he's bigger. Is he doing a little bit better than Bryce? Okay, but it's not like it's saying much.
bro, I exposed AR during the combine before this man was even drafted.
Like
I
for
exposed him before he was even drafted.
like for those that want to say, "Oh, he's got better stats than Bryce," you make it sound like that's saying something. That ain't saying much,
No,
cuz he also
no.
got benched. Like, come on now. Oh, but he's bigger. Guess what? Still got benched. We're talking about some quarterback that, hey, coach, I need to sit. I'm tired. Come on now.
Oh, that comment. Yeah, that comment pissed me off too. I'm not even a Colts fan, and that one pissed me off for you. Like, are you kidding me? What quarterback goes up to his coach and goes, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm just going to take the next 10 plays off." Man, that's how you get cut right there. That's how you end up on the couch watching football games on Sundays eating potato chips, bro. You don't
Seriously.
say that to a coach in the NFL. You don't say that to a coach in college. You don't say that to a coach in high school. They will bitch you.
Yep.
Like, guess what happened?
Benched.
Did you really expect anything different? Honestly, did y'all really expect anything different?
I, I just
Nah,
I just think it's annoying that the argument of size and his stats are better are going to be thrown in there, and it's just like you
no.
you make it seem like he did a whole lot more than Bryce. Come on now. Come on
All
now.
this dude does is throw deep. I've been trying to tell people this since the combine. The Colts fans finally figured it out and booed him. The coaching staff figured it out because they're not winning games with AR as a starting quarterback. You even went out and you got uh, wide receivers that only do that. Okay, you want to bring that here when we have not even thrown any deep passes at all?
Yep.
Like, it, did people not have their morning coffee this morning? If you think this is a good idea, did y'all just get off on the 9 o'clock bus way too early? Like, I don't understand why people think this is a good idea. I really don't.
It's like, did y'all forget he only played 4 games last year? Like,
Oh my god,
oh man.
I can't. I can't with half of this fan base. I swear to God, I can't. I love y'all to death, but I can't deal with y'all sometimes because this is the stupid stuff, man. That I see in people's chats and I see in people's live streams, and I'm just like, dude, really? This is why I don't comment in people's stuff sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Because y'all
Ugh.
get me so irritated, man. And I'm just like, nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Don't argue with these people. It's like arguing with a parrot.
All I know is that story better stay a rumor. Let me tell you what. That story better stay a rumor.
It better, man. That's a no. That's an absolutely no for me.
I mean, the Deontay Johnson trade was already, out there, but we do.
Y'all already got these deep shot wide receivers on purpose just to accommodate AR, and he's still not succeeding with them.
Yep.
I don't know what else to tell you. You can't blame it on his height. You can't blame it on the offensive line because everybody knows that the offensive line in Indianapolis has been garbage. Whether you have Flacco behind that line, um, all the way back to what? Oh shoot! Even Peyton had trouble with that line at one point.
I think once Saturday left, I think that's when the decline really went rapid.
Yep, yep, yep. I agree. And the combine exposed him. He was able to throw deep balls, but he was not able to throw short and medium. None of those passes were accurate, guys. I covered it. It's on my live stream. You can go look it up. I was watching that crap live on NFL Network.
Yeah, but
Anybody that had NFL Network was watching that stuff too, man.
yeah, that story better stay a rumor. It it, it better stay a
AR's a
rumor.
bust. I'm saying it now. AR's a bust. I said it before the man got drafted. I knew he was going to go to the wrong place. I knew the Colts were going to draft the wrong quarterback. I saw that one coming. I predicted it. Did I not, folks?
Yeah.
They always draft the wrong quarterback in the modern era.
Oh, the Jets just beat the Texans 21-13. Aaron Rodgers had 3 touchdowns.
I kind of saw that coming, to be honest with you. The Texans are really struggling on defense right now. And it's not like Aaron Rodgers is playing like a pro bowler right now. He's he's playing okay for
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers standards, but
I know he's probably happy to have Devontae Adams back, that's for sure.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But you can't just go up to New York and ask for a laundry list of players as soon as you get up there,
Yeah.
like you're Tom Brady or something. Like stop it, just stop. Like you have one ring, you have one ring. Okay, that's it. Yeah, you've had multiple winning records with Green Bay, but how many times did they surround you with protection and weapons in
Yeah.
those wins? During those off seasons, and you still could not get it done in the playoffs. So the excuses are out the window for Aaron Rodgers at this point. Either you get it done in New York or you don't. You got yourself traded to a worse place than you were before. So I don't want to hear the excuses from Aaron Rodgers getting angry on Sundays. Nah, get angry at yourself for not producing. Either that or retire because you're an old goat.
Old goat. An old goat.
Arrogant one too. But anyway, back to things that have been aggravating me. The Deontay Johnson trade.
Oh, yeah. Ew.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And then I want to talk trade possibility packages, you know, with the running backs and quarterbacks. But let's talk Deontay Johnson first. Deontay Johnson, let's be real. Some people think that this was an accurate value for Deontay Johnson. It was not. I'm sorry to tell you, it was not.
Yeah.
This man's worth at least a bottom round third, start of the fourth round value.
Yeah.
I think anybody with a rational brain recognizes this, you know, and the rest are going to totally disagree because they have their own circus mindset, which is okay. You're allowed to have that. I'm going to let you have that. But I completely disagree with these people, and this is the value I'm putting on. And lately, when it comes to trade values, I've been dead on. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. Now, what this does, because we got basically nothing for him except just a move up in the draft by
Yep.
one round.
That's it.
That's basically giving him away for nothing. I'm
Yep.
sorry, that's giving away for nothing. 20 spots is basically nothing. You just tossed a wide receiver for nothing, zero value. What a joke.
Yeah. And
I
I get,
refuse to believe we didn't get better values.
yeah, we definitely could have gotten a better value. Um, and I get what some folks are saying. Oh, he was most likely not coming back after the season, which,
Mm.
may be true. And, he may have wanted out of there or whatnot, but we could have gotten something of equal value. Like, that was not equal value. So, yeah, but more opportunities for Jalen Coker and Xavier Leggett, that's for sure. I mean,
I, dude, I refuse to believe that we got that as our best value
oh
on the
that
trade.
oh that definitely wasn't best value. That
No,
definitely was not.
no,
Yeah.
Dave, what the heck are you doing? We've seen you make better trades in the offseason here, and you've done an excellent job doing it. And to me, that just screams desperation. This is a desperation move. And not only that, it sends a message to the rest of the league that our wide receivers are hot garbage. They're not even worth a Subway sandwich and some chips.
Mm, oof.
That's what that sends to the rest of the league.
Oof.
When we know better, ladies and gentlemen, we know better. Okay? Thielen was the number one wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings before he came here. Okay? XL was the best wide receiver in this draft.
Hmm.
Deontay Johnson was the number one wide receiver in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Okay? So now how does that send a message to the rest of the league that we don't have a wide receiver core? Well, we know we do.
Yeah. Just
The numbers don't match up with that argument
nah.
because we have wide receiver separation issues. Number one, we have injuries. That's number two.
Right.
Number three, we have quarterback issues,
Yep.
and we have scheme issues. Due to our offensive coordinator. Which leads me to another question: who is calling these plays?
Uh, I'm looking at
It,
Dave
I'm kind of
Canales.
circling back to the wagon here. To your original question of why we're not throwing it deep. This goes back into that well. Who is calling these plays? Is it Dave? Is it Brad Isaac?
As far as I honestly truly
Is it
believe,
Bryce? Is
I
it Andy?
I honestly truly believe it's Dave. I mean, it's being that head coach and play caller, and when it's been announced that he's in his second year of play calling, I mean he's got to at least be the front man. It's not to say that others may
Okay.
not assist, but he's got to be the front man. That
Okay. I got questions here because, and here's my counter argument. When you watch the preseason, the offensive play calling duties were switched around like musical chairs. And David pointed this one out. So for the first half, Brad was calling the plays. Then it was Dave. Then it went back to Brad. Then it went back to Dave. And it's just like they couldn't decide who was actually going to call the plays. So in those times that we had success this year, who was it that was calling them? I believe it was Dave.
mhm.
Who is it that was calling them when we weren't having success and we weren't throwing it down the field? I think that might have been Brad. And my whole thing here is that we have a history of hiring our buddies, to coordinator roles.
Yeah, which isn't always the best idea.
You know, Joe Brady was a buddy.
Yep, for Matt
You
Rule.
know,
Yep.
now I'll make an exception for North Turner because we were trying to solve a problem, and North Turner was Ron Rivera's head coach at one point.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'll make an exception there because I honestly felt like Norv Turner could turn that whole train wreck back around. With those two being back together again.
Yeah,
But that failed because that's the old style of West Coast offense. But beyond that, that's the only exception I'm making. The rest of them have been buddy buddy. And we got to stop this buddy buddy hiring. This is not helping us at all.
agreed. Agreed.
I don't. That's like hiring your best friend that's a janitor when you're a head coach and saying, "Oh yeah, you're qualified. Let's put you up at offensive coordinator." Dude does a terrible job. Oh yeah, now you're a scapegoat. When I need to keep my job. And it's been the same pattern for the past 7 years. Why have we not solved this? Stop hiring your buddies. Hire somebody that can actually do the freaking job.
Exactly.
It's not rocket science. This is football IQ 101. I'm sick of sitting up here and complaining about this year after year. Do something about it. You wonder why we're not getting results? Gee, maybe you should quit hiring your best friend that bought you beer yesterday.
that's
You
one
know,
that's one way to put it. Uh,
you know, you're hanging out with a group of people. Oh yeah, let's hire and nominate the person that bought you beer yesterday, and let's put them at the front of the table, right?
oof.
Tomorrow they're short on money when you need money from them. Yeah, I wonder why. Because they were buying beer for you yesterday. Now they're not doing nothing for the next 20 days.
Mm,
Come on, man.
yikes.
That's the equivalent right there. Like you, this this isn't. I don't know why we keep doing this.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
Does this management have any common sense when it comes to football?
Guess not.
I'm trying to be patient, because I do see Dan and Dave's entire body of work. So, but I can't give them a free pass for the Deontay Johnson trade. I can't give them a free pass for the Troy Hill cut. I can't do that. You, guys, we're past that point. Okay? If we're making moves like this in the middle of preseason, okay, I'll give you a short pass. I'll give you a short leash. Do what you're going to do because you've been making moves so far. You've been drafting the right people. Okay, cool. You know, but after that, when you're in the middle of the season and you're doing stupid stuff like that, that's where the leash ends for me.
Yeah.
I cannot condone that type of action when we are sitting here with one win again
Yep.
in the middle of the season. These are desperation moves.
And
And
and for those that just keep in mind, the deadline is November 5th.
and we weren't even pressured to make a move. We didn't even have to move anybody.
Right.
That's the thing. We could have let these contracts run out if we wanted to let these players go and save money doing it. But instead, some of these players that we've been moving around, we're still contractually obligated to pay them.
Yep. But
And that's what sucks here.
I still really I still really believe that, and I had mentioned this before, but Dan and Dave, uh, Canales, that is,
Mm-hmm.
they need to at some point between now and maybe as early as the bye, need to get together, sit down, have a long talk, and Dan needs to pick Dave's brain about what quarterback he really wants or what type of quarterback he wants because I'm having a hard time believing that there is a good relationship between him and Bryce. I just I have a hard time. I don't see it. I don't
I
see
don't
it.
think any of our coaches had a good relationship with these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You
So
date that back to Ron Rivera.
so I think Dan, especially, and this is good for Dave considering he's getting his first wave of head coaching in, but I think he needs to pick his brain about what type of quarterback does he really want. Whether it's a veteran, whether it's a rookie, just don't even think about money. Just give me a top 5. Give me 5 on your list, 6 on your list. And then they need to start brainstorming on potential ways that they could make this happen. That's honest. I think they honestly need to have that long talk.
Speaking of talks, I want to know what talk happened between them and Troy Hill behind closed doors. Something went on, because it ain't about age, it ain't about money, it ain't about his production. Something happened. What happened behind closed doors that they're not telling us?
I wish I
Uh,
knew.
I'm gonna get off of Troy Hill though, but my point is, man, there's a lot going on that we don't know about.
Yeah, that much is true.
Why do we have an article about Brad Isaac now?
Oh,
I don't
was
care about Brad Isaac.
oh I didn't know there was one about him.
Yeah, they just put one out.
Oh, uh-oh.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't even want Brad Isaac on
Oh,
a mic at all because he basically almost gave away our draft store
oh.
before we even drafted. 2 weeks before. I don't want to see this man behind a mic at all for any reason at all. He is Dave Canales' buddy.
This is true.
So I don't know. I don't know. Uh David Screw says, let's get that first W at the bank. Ain't not this time. Sorry. I can't give it to you.
We need it,
The best
but
I can do is give you 3/4 of a Panthers game, and that's it. Against the Saints. Saints are going to use this game to rebound.
yeah,
We
like
all see it coming. Vegas sees it coming. Let's just be real.
this really should be the revenge game for Bryce,
It really should.
but like
David Screw says we got to stop this buddy crap. Facts.
yeah.
Hope everyone had a nice, safe Halloween. Yeah, facts. Happy Halloween to everybody. Hope you guys had an awesome Halloween night. I had my serial killer rabbit mask on. I had the fake head and the wooden axe, plastic wooden axe. That was fun. So I had fun. But happy Halloween. What did you guys dress up as? Put it in chat. I want to know what you guys dressed up as. Um Marcos Cash says this is going to be a night game for the Saints. Who that? 100%. Dude, Marcos Cash, you've been in my chat several times. You can't decide which team you're rooting for, bro.
Wait, is he
What
a
the
Saint?
heck is that comment? Who's that? Man, please.
Oh, is he a Saints fan?
Now you're a Saints fan. Now,
Now,
now you're a fan of whatever team we just happen to be playing this week.
uh-oh.
Man, I gotta call you out on that one, man.
Dang.
Where's the loyalty? I see you in all these Panthers chats, and now you go put that in my chat. Nah, man. Nah. We're gonna have some words.
Uh-oh. Dang.
This is a division rival, homie. You can't be doing that in my chat.
Beware.
You can't be doing that. All right. David Screw says, hopefully it's a night game for us. Tired of this team not having a heartbeat. Facts.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get a treat instead of a trick tomorrow. Sick of it. Yeah, facts. Hopefully everybody got treats tonight instead of getting tricked. Marcos Cash says at David Screws, we are getting raw broccoli and carrots in our trick or treat bucket Sunday. Now hold up, you just said who's that? Hashtag who that? Who you rooting for, Marcos?
Oh,
Who
uh-oh.
you rooting for, bro? Oh, you a Panther fan, true and true. Are you though? Are you? What is this? Who that stat comment then? What is that then?
I'm guessing that's his prediction. I'm guessing.
Okay, all right. Don't be using their tagline, man. Don't be doing that. You know better. Any team we play against, I don't want to see you use their tagline no more,
Oh, snap.
man. Nah. We playing against that team. That's the enemy, bro. For this week, that's the enemy.
Yeah.
Now I will throw out comments that I will respect my enemy, but
Uh-oh.
it's still my enemy for that week. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, bro. Oh, you're just trolling on your beloved Panthers. Okay. All right. uh David Screw says sick of losing. Put Brandon as a cheerleader.
Dang. Dang. That's wild. That is wild.
Wow. But if he's the one calling these plays during the Bears game and the Washington game, is he wrong though?
I mean
Is
that's
he wrong?
fair. That is fair. That's fair.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Marcos says, why not? David Screws, we already have a man on the cheerleaders. No comment. No comment. Nope. I'm not getting involved in that. Y'all trying to trap me right now? Y'all trying to get me censored? No. Y'all trying to get me canceled over here. Get out of here with that.
I ain't in that
I'm
one.
not falling for it.
I ain't in
I'm
that one.
not doing it. I'm not doing it, homie. uh, now watch just because I said that right there. Somebody's gonna try to do it. These fans are crazy, man. I'm telling you. People are crazy. It's the internet. Whenever you don't want them to do something, they're gonna try to do it.
Right. That's how they
That's
get
just
you.
how it is.
That's how they get you.
Yup, that's just how it is, man. That's the internet. David Screw says that's just wrong. That's, oh my God. Oh God. All right. You just trolling on your beloved Panthers. All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you off the hook here. But don't be using them hashtags no more of the teams we playing against, homie.
Oh
Don't
shoot.
do that.
Oh shoot.
Don't do that. I'm not about that here. That's the enemy, man.
Oh
All right.
shoot.
Andy Dalton says he's in a really good place, ready to help in any role. He's quote in a good place. What do you make of that?
I mean, is he? I mean, it. Well,
He said he felt well enough and confident enough he could play Sunday.
I mean,
So
stay
why are we starting Bryce Young?
stay ready. That's all I can say is stay ready, I guess. Especially if Bryce goes out there and stinks it up early, then I mean, you know.
If Andy Dalton can play and he gives us our best chance to win, why is this man not playing? Why is this man not playing?
Yeah, that's.
No, we can't have another 2-win season. We can't do this. Dave and Dan will get fired.
Yeah, because
At the end of the year, they will be fired.
you know how
And we will have lost our chance to get probably the best head coach we have had in 5 years.
David Tepper is.
Besides Steve Wilkes. Do you really want that? Because if we fire Dan and Dave, we'll never get anybody good to come here. Nobody's going to take this job. Nobody wants this job. Bill Belichick himself didn't want this job. The legendary Bill Belichick didn't even want this job.
Mm, mm.
So what makes you think we're going to find another GM and head coach that are going to take over this team once these two leave? Dave Cannell has volunteered to take this job. How many coaches can you say actually volunteered to take this job in the last 7 years? Not even Ron Rivera wanted to keep his job. And we're talking coach of the year in 2015.
Yep. Well, two-time coach of the year, but yeah.
Two-time coach of the year. Not even this man wanted to stay in Carolina. Steve Wilkes just got screwed over. Why would this man come back after the way we just did him? He ain't coming back. Ain't no way he's coming back. So who are you gonna get? Whoever just happens to be on the coaching carousel, right? Oh, we gonna get the head coach of the Titans? The Titans are about to fire their people.
Uh, oh yeah, yeah. I could definitely see that coming. Yeah, for sure.
Arizona's coming too.
Well,
Arizona's coming too. It's
Arizona, they might be making a last-ditch effort to like salvage what they can, because I mean, they're technically in a battle right now. I think they're trying a last-ditch effort to salvage what they can, because
Raiders are gonna fire their coach.
yeah, that I could see.
Dude, the Raiders, if you don't at least make second place in the AFC West, you are fired after 2 years. You're fired.
Yeah,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That GM
and that's
and
an
owner give you 2 years.
but that's
You
a
don't make it in 2 years, you're gone.
but that's another team that had that has been having quarterback issues.
There's no consistency there in the management. There's the problem. Find me a good Raiders coach that actually wants to be there and actually can progress that team over a course of 2 years because you can't do it in the past 2 years. They've stayed stagnant ever since. And it's no wonder nobody wants that job in Las Vegas right now. We're about to get to that point, except that we're on the bottom of the totem pole. That's the difference. If we were sitting where the Raiders were up, dude, I'd be I'd be just as pissed off. But at the same time, like looking at the owner, like, are you high?
Mm.
You just fired another good coach, and another good coach, and another good coach, dude. That's like ordering McDonald's off the dollar menu day after day after day and getting ended up 300 pounds and realizing that you're fat one day and being like,
Yeah, it
why
adds
am
up.
I 300 pounds?
It definitely adds up. Shoot.
Why am I 300 pounds? Gee, I wonder why. It's because you've been eating cheeseburgers every single freaking day.
I mean, he's not wrong.
that's just that's a case of get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. This is the same thing with the buddy system, where we keep hiring our buddies. Get out of your own way. Why would you
Oof.
sabotage yourself by hiring your buddy?
Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. But
Oh, y'all were friends in high school. Y'all were friends in college. Who cares?
yeah.
The dude's not qualified. Get him out of here.
But if there's any opportunity for this to be the Bryce revenge game, this needs to be the Bryce revenge game. In a really really desperate way. But it was just like I spoke earlier. I actually said 28-17 uh, Saints, but yeah, would love for.
Oddly enough, I was almost dead on with the Broncos score.
Oh yeah, the 28-14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gave us 7 points in garbage time,
Oh, I
which I
see.
was right. We got 7 in garbage time.
True. Yeah, that much is true.
Um, I'm kind of looking at this Saints roster, and again, Kamara just got that extension.
Yeah, they got that. They
Um,
got that 1-2 punch with him and Jamal Williams.
Looking at Derek Carr so far, 8 touchdowns, 4 picks. So I mean, he does throw picks,
Yeah, we
and we just this Sunday started taking advantage of turnovers.
yeah. The thing is, he's undefeated against us, even dating all the way back to when he was with the Raiders.
Good lord!
Yeah. So that's Derek Carr is going to be a very big problem.
Here's an interesting stat: from 2018 to 2021, he was throwing over 4,000 yards with
Yep.
the Raiders.
And now the Raiders are having all sorts of quarterback issues and unknowns and crap.
He was probably the most consistent Raiders quarterback they have ever had,
Yeah.
dating back to 2014.
And then what did they do with injury prone Jimmy Garoppolo? And I'm just like, wow.
I'm so disappointed in the Raiders because they could have done so much better.
And that's my dad's team too.
Yeah, I got some people that are fans of the Raiders too.
So
And Carr went 25 touchdowns, 8 picks last year with the Saints. The dude's still putting up those same numbers
yep,
every single year,
indeed.
despite having 31 sacks. You want to tell me this man can't handle the pressure? So here's how I attack that: put everybody back. Rush 3, put everybody back. We're not getting any pressure on him anymore. Take
Yeah,
away his targets.
yeah, we have no pass rush.
Take away his targets, then. I said that about Matt Ryan. I said that about Peyton Manning. I said that about all the great quarterbacks out there. Take away their targets.
Yeah,
That
and
means they sit back there in a pocket forever. If they have to sit back there forever and not find a target, and they see even a smidge of a pass rush from one of those three guys up front,
hmm
they've got to move.
and
They come out of the pocket.
and they got one less issue with Rashid Shaheed, but still, they're still pretty loaded. Because
Yeah,
Rashid Shaheed, he's on IR.
especially if you're a pocket quarterback and you rely on everybody to be open at a certain point. That was the method I wanted us to approach Peyton Manning with because he would just sit back in the pocket forever back then. And the only way to attack that is take away those targets, but double up on him. Make sure that he has nobody to throw to, and stay on him. No lapse coverage, no. Oh, I'm taking the play off. No, stay on him.
Right, right.
And Woods has had an issue with coverage. This dude, I, I don't know what to say about Woods. He put a good fourth quarter against Atlanta, but beyond that, I don't see this dude for trees right now on the field.
Oh, Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
Although,
Show me that you can do it, Xavier.
well,
Prove me wrong.
he does have one of the team's interceptions, but that's about it.
And I'll say this: he did earn it. I give him credit for that.
Yeah,
And I believe that was during the Atlanta game, right?
I believe so. It's just sad that
Yeah, yeah.
this defense only has 3 interceptions, but
In
yeah.
garbage time.
Well, the J.C. Horn one was early because
Yeah.
that was the Chargers game. We just couldn't turn that into anything. But
I'm not talking about J.C. Horn. I'm talking about Woods.
no,
You have one job.
I was just saying about when the interceptions happen. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
but no,
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah. Overall,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I see where you're going with that.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that interception from Woods was garbage time. I need to see that in competition when we're actually playing these guys. In the first three quarters. When we're keeping up with these teams. That's what I need to see it, and I'm not seeing it from him. I'm seeing him just looking around, jogging around on the field, taking plays off, looking like he's in Narnia. And I'm like, dude, come on. Like, here's my issue here because the defensive line, minus Derek Brown, has been struggling. Okay.
yeah,
You got the wrong guys. You got a
badly.
bunch of guys that have a ton of assisted tackles. So, in turn, everybody else has to double up on their duties just to help you out on the defensive line. Uh, that puts them at risk for injuries. Thus,
Yeah,
why we have a ton of injuries because they're trying to do too much. You know, uh, this is exactly how we got Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis hurt all the time. Post 2016, they were
mm,
trying to do too much, and Horn, Dante Jackson, all of these guys keep getting injured because they're trying to do too much because we're not getting the right people on the defensive line.
yeah.
It starts with the lines. I've been trying to tell everybody that.
I will give a shout out to Dante Jackson. He does have 5 interceptions right now.
Yeah. And the dude's beasted.
Yep.
I tried to tell y'all that. Look what's happening on his team right now.
And the sad
Who's he
thing,
with?
the Steelers. And the
Uh
sad
huh.
and the sad thing is we traded him, got Deontay Johnson, and we don't even have him anymore.
And remind me who's on the Steelers defensive line right now? Beast mode. These guys have solo tackles. They can handle their own business. Go look them up, folks.
They're probably not running a 3-4 either.
No, they're not.
Uh,
They're not relying on each other during an assisted tackling situation. And that's exactly why he is flourishing, because he's able to just do his job without having to double up and save somebody else. And look at that. He's healthy.
yep.
Get a clue. Panthers management, get a clue. This is how we start solving this. It starts with the D line. It starts with signing the right people. Now, I'll give you credit for clowning. Now, my question is: does this dude keep getting doubled up? If he keeps getting doubled up, then I'm going to give him a free pass. If he's not, then he's not the answer, and we need to look elsewhere. So during this Saints game on Sunday, I want everybody to watch
Oh,
him
correction.
specifically.
Correction. Dante Jackson has 3 interceptions, but he's in the top 5 this season and leaders for interceptions. Top 5.
Yeah, still same point. The
Yeah.
dude's allowed to do his job. How many solo tackles does this dude have? Let me see. I'm about to look it up myself, actually, because I want to know. I want to know. All right, so he's got 16 solo tackles and 6 pass deflections.
Yep.
Would you look at that? Tied for 19th in the league in pass deflections when the man's allowed to do his job. It doesn't have to save everybody else's butt.
Yep. And
I'm
that's
trying to tell you.
and that Steelers team is 6-2 right now.
All right, all right, all right. The last 5 games, look at this: 12 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles.
Nice.
I'm going to read that again. In 14 total tackles, he has only 2 assisted tackles. Do y'all see what I'm saying right now? Look at this: 4 for 4 against Dallas, 3 for 3 against the Colts, 2 for 2 against the Jets. And you give them one bad game against the Giants. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
who cares? Everybody's going to have one bad game. But look at that. As a whole career, he only has 62 assisted tackles out of 326 total.
True. That's a pretty big ratio.
And that's when he was healthy and playing on the field. That's what y'all just let go to the Steelers. Shameful. And y'all wonder why we're not getting tackles at corner? Gee, I wonder why.
Mm, ouch.
This is what you get what you pay for.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You wonder why we don't have any a turnover ratio. This man is the turnover ratio for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This man is straight up deep turnover ratio for the Steelers with 3 picks. I guarantee you, you look at the Steelers defense right now. That's This man is creating this stuff. He's not hoping this ball falls into his hands. He's not saying, oh, well, maybe I'll get lucky. No, this man is creating these picks. Ladies and gents, that comes from studying the playbook. That comes from knowing your opponent and actually doing something and making the tackles you're supposed to make. And guess what? Only focusing on corner position and not trying to do too much because you got the help around you that you need.
Exactly.
That's what frustrates me about this management. We keep tossing people like that, and yet when it comes down to signing people, we don't know what we're signing. Do y'all even do your homework on these stats? No. Hold up. Coaching. Coaching. I need to
Oh,
see
snap.
something. I need to see something because football staff. I don't think it's a football staff. Be affairs. Director of player personnel, Cole Spencer. You got like 3 different pro scouts. They're just listed as pro scouts.
Ooh.
We got scouts for every area really, which is normal. Administration coordination, research analyst. You got Mike Lewinsberry. Football analytics manager. You got Benjamin Contrarian.
Interesting.
And a scouting assistant, Christopher Smith. Scouting assistant, Jackson Block. Okay, so you got 2 scouting assistants. You got a football research analyst and a football analytics manager. And for some reason, we can't figure this out. You got to be kidding me.
Crazy, isn't it?
You got to be freaking kidding me. How none of these guys have figured this out yet. And a
Oh,
basic fan behind a camera and a mic has figured this out.
Mr. Gemini just chimed in. Yeah, a pick swap for Deontay is insane. This organization's a joke.
It really is, though.
Yep.
It really is, though. It's insane. I'm not going to say we're a joke because we've got talent. We proved that. If you can go 3 quarters with Atlanta right now, you've got talent. If you can beat the Raiders, you've got talent. If you can go 3 quarters with the Bengals, you've got talent. And should have won that game, by the way.
Yeah.
So don't tell me we don't have talent. But when you send an immediate message to the rest of the league when you trade Deontay Johnson for that, saying we have no talent, no, we're sending the wrong message.
Mr. Gemini says, I feel like the NFL should investigate this franchise. Dang.
You know, I'm starting to agree. I'm actually starting to agree.
Mm, 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 mm. Dang.
I never thought I would be saying that, but I agree. You know, it's funny how Ron's training staff got investigated. We never got a response on that. What was the result of that? Because Ron just kept playing these players just because, oh, it's our best chance to win. Even though you got a 75% damaged Cam Newton. or a massively damaged Thomas Davis on a regular basis, and you're like, we're not investigating these people. We're not. You guys just get a slap on the wrist. What the heck?
I
I
don't
want some
know.
action taken here. I want some results. That's what I want. This should be an entire wake up call to our training staff saying, get your crap together. Because if we keep putting people out there that are half injured, what are we doing? We're sabotaging ourselves.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Thankfully, thankfully, this management is smart enough to realize, with our training staff, don't rush these guys.
Right.
So I do give them credit for that. Frank's staff, when he had the medical staff, was like that too. So I'll say that in the last 2 years, we have fixed that problem. But that's not where we need to start investigating. We need to start investigating all this buddy hiring. We need to investigate all this research analyst stuff. And I mean, we need to go do a deep cleansing.
Uh,
You know,
Mr.
put these people in offices one on one and ask them, what are you actually doing?
Mr. Gemini says, I heard that Dave sabotaged Bryce.
That's a rumor. Thus far, he has not. Um, Pretty much, Bryce has sabotaged Bryce with his bad play,
Yeah, and
and
um,
you can use the offensive line partially as a crutch, and you can use the fact that we don't have wide receiver separation as partially as a crutch. But at the end of the day, 90% of it is Bryce Young. Let's
uh,
just be real.
Mr. Gemini says, and this is a bad look for Dan Morgan. Yeah, it kind of is.
The Deontay Johnson trade is a bad look for Dan Morgan, but I mean that's strike one on him. As far as I'm concerned, everything else has been clean as a whistle. But that's a major strike one right there. That's a major red flag that he is either quit, giving up, or he is um, just trying to get the best value that we can get for a player. Which to me, that's not the best value. So to me, I don't know what Dan's doing.
I don't know
I'm
either.
gonna be real with you. This one's got me stumped, y'all. That's not. If you look at Dan's moves, that is uncharacteristic as heck. you know, Other people are going to disagree, and they're going to cite the trade up to number one for Bryce Young. They're going to try all kinds of other ways,
Right,
to justify their Panthers blinders, of their views.
right.
But my whole thing is like, this one is a major red flag for me in the Troy Hill move as well. That just screams desperation. Like, I've got to hold on to this job. But you're actually doing the opposite. It's like trying to squeeze sand in your hand. The more you squeeze it, the more it falls out of your hand. Just
Ooh,
hold it, bro. That's all we're asking you to do. Hold on to it.
right, right.
You're not forced to make any trades at the trade deadline.
True,
Nobody asked you to.
true.
We had talent. When you look at the contracts, nobody's forcing you to make these moves, with contracts. We could have waited till the end of the year and then let these guys go, or tried to package them up and move them then, once trading was allowed. I get it. Okay, some of these guys might be let go at the end of the year, like Deontay. Okay, so you get best value for him.
Yes.
You're not forced to make the trade, but at the same time, like, okay, let's do our best to get best value. That's not best value. That's worst value. What did you do? Just take the one that's on the bottom of the list and just go, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, what what was your thought process? I can't. I want to understand. Help me understand, Dan.
Yeah,
Help me help
seriously.
you here. Because if you give me something to work with here, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can understand his process on this and this and this, and this is why he did it. And I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can work with that. This to me, this defies logic
It really
and
does.
screams desperation while making us look even worse in the process. I don't know what there's no positive to get from this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
like,
find it.
shoot, you'll probably be looking all night, to be honest with you.
I'll be looking for the next year.
That's a mighty long time. Uh,
Yeah.
um, so I'm gonna actually need to get going soon on my end because I actually gotta get up a little earlier than usual. But I did want to get on stream. I want to go ahead and get score predictions for this week before I bounce.
Yeah, and pick predictions.
Yes, yes,
Sure, sure, sure.
yeah.
Let's get
Cause
into it.
okay, so we know that the Jets just beat the Texans.
Yep.
Um, Final score 21-13. Okay.
I had already picked the Jets for that one in the
Um,
post game stream, so to be fair.
and we were both in agreement. Saints over Panthers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Sorry, folks, but yeah, Saints over Panthers. Uh, let's see.
Miami and Buffalo.
I was actually going to that. Miami and Buffalo. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah. Um. Whoa. Josh Allen only has one pick so far this season. What?
Whoa.
Yeah, he only has one pick this season.
Get the heck out of here. There ain't no way.
Uh, 1,766 yards, 14 touchdowns, only one
That's
pick.
crazy. There it is.
Wow.
There it is. Only
A
one pick.
143 of 223 for 64.1%, 1,766 yards, averages 7.9 yards a pass, 14
Where did they just one pick?
touchdowns, and one
Oh.
interception. Only one interception in eight
Yeah, the one
games.
interception against Seattle.
In 8 games, only one interception. What?
Wow. 3 game winning streak, by the way, for the Bills. They beat the Jets, they beat the Titans, and they beat Seattle.
Dang. Josh
Yep.
Allen. Josh Allen trying to get that MVP.
Not
Shoot.
bad, Josh. Not bad. You got to raise that quarterback rating, though.
Yeah.
73.7 is a little low.
Oh yeah, the QBR. Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
a little higher, but that's and only been sacked 10 times. That's pretty freaking impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Buffalo. Shoot.
Here's another interesting stat. Since 2020, He has thrown for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, Josh Allen, he want that MVP. Not
He's
just
already a fourth of the way there right now,
not just a
and we're
championship,
halfway through the season.
not just a championship. He wants that MVP. Dang.
He has 181 touchdowns versus 79 picks in his career. The
Yeah,
last time we saw that interception ratio that low was 2019. 20 touchdowns, nine picks.
yeah, he's definitely going to be in the MVP discussion.
Oh,
He's he
absolutely.
he's he's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
His rushing average is 5.4.
I mean, about to be halfway through the season and has only thrown one pick? Shoot. Talk about not turning the ball over. Goodness gracious. Um yeah,
His
definitely.
rushing average is 5.4, and he had 2021 and 2022 over 700 rushing yards. 750 rushing yards both years.
Yeah.
Beyond that point. That's crazy to me.
And the
Yeah,
thing
that's crazy.
and the thing is he's played all 8 games. Wow. Wow. That's yeah. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if he is at the top spot or even wins MVP this year.
Yep.
And honestly,
The
if
rest of that division is complete garbage.
yeah, that is a good point, and that's why they have such a big lead. And honestly, Bills will most likely win that division.
Oh yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a wild card out of that division.
Oh nah, heck nah. But
It ain't happening. All right.
Bills over the Dolphins.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Gemini said he stepped up his game. Oh shoot, no kidding.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
Raiders
everybody in chat, you guys can contribute as well. Go ahead and throw in your predictions too.
Raiders at Bengals.
Um. Hmm.
Now this is interesting because the Bengals are 0-4 at home. They have yet to win a game at home this season.
Let me see what we're dealing with here. This is a Raiders team that lost to the Chargers. Somehow magically beat the Ravens by three
Yeah,
points. Lost to the Panthers. And then beat the Browns in the following week. And then lost. All right, so you lose to the Broncos, Sean Payton's team, when he's finally starting to get his groove. You lose to the Steelers. Fair enough. No complaints there. You lose to the Rams. Now that's a problem. When you're losing to a Matthew Stafford led Rams team that's struggling this year, that's not a good look. And then you come back and you make it a 7-point loss to the Chiefs.
On,
I
honestly, it's hard for me in this scenario to bet against Joe Burrow. I'm going Bengals.
I'm going Bengals as well. This Raiders team can't figure out what they want to be.
Yeah,
They have no clue what they want to be right now. They're so streaky right now. They have no idea. They're flip flopping.
and Burrow's still playing well himself. 1,993 yards, 15 touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
only 3 picks. So, and he's played all 8 games. So, yeah,
And my question is, why are the Bengals not winning? All right, you barely beat the Patriots. Yeah, you put up a real good game against the Chiefs. The Chiefs won by one,
right.
expected. You put up a real good game against the Commanders, lost by 5. They beat us, and we should have won that game. They come close to beating the Ravens, but couldn't do it. Then you beat the people that you're supposed to beat, the Giants and the Browns.
Yeah, so they've only beaten weak teams so far.
And the Eagles have trounced them. So the
So
Eagles are on the rise. Uh, it makes me wonder who the Bengals are right now.
yeah, but I do believe they should beat the Raiders. But then again, the Raiders are a weak team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Raiders are mediocre. Been
So
saying it.
yeah. Um, let's see. Chargers at Browns.
Uh this is an interesting one for me because the Browns just played a real tough game recently and won over the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, they did.
And this is a feisty team. It may not look like it on the scoreboard, but when you actually watch their games, this is a feisty group.
Yeah,
Yeah, the quarterback's having trouble right now, Deshaun Watson. But if you look at uh the 21-14 score against the Bengals, the 20-16 score against the Eagles, um,
and of course
the 20
that
20 to
was
16 score against the Raiders.
and
This is a team that is fighting,
and you
but
got
they're not getting anything.
well, you got to remember that Ravens win. They had Jameis Winston as their starter.
Yep, and that's
Since
been the difference maker.
and they just got out of a 5-game losing streak to get to that win. So I mean, well,
He's better than Watson at this point.
yeah,
Let's be real. And I'm a humongous Deshaun Watson person, and for me to say that, that's a shame.
yeah. The only thing
I got to
with
be real with it.
I mean, the Chargers are 4-3, but the Chargers are still kind of iffy because they've really only beaten weak teams. Well, with the exception of the Broncos, they did beat the Broncos, but yeah, jeez,
The Chargers did beat the Saints 26-8
true.
last week. Um, they did beat the Raiders. I count that one. You come up close with the Chiefs 17-10. So, I mean, you come up within 10 points of the Steelers. That's not bad.
Yeah,
But that Cardinals loss, that's not pretty.
yeah, but see, like I said before, Cardinals are 4-4, so it's like Cardinals may not be as bad as we think, but it remains to be seen.
Maybe.
But they are 4-4.
Mm.
I'm gonna
And
I'm
I will remind people that the Chargers did draft a tackle with their first round pick 5.
right that they did.
Just saying, Panthers management, get a clue.
I'm gonna play it safe and say Chargers. I'm gonna play it safe.
I think I will too. After a big surprise win like that, the Browns got last week, can they double down and prove that that wasn't a fluke? I don't think they can.
Mm,
I don't see it.
yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
Yeah. A lot of teams have had a major letdown after a big one like that.
Um, let's see. Next we have oh oh Lord, this one could probably bore the mess out of us.
Hmm.
Patriots at Titans.
Oh my lord. All right. Um
I I
I
guess.
feel like the Patriots might win this one.
Yeah, I I guess the Patriots. I mean, both teams are trash, but Titans are worse, stinkier trash.
Here's the interesting thing. The two wins the Patriots have is Cincinnati and the Jets.
Right.
And the Jets win they just got recent.
Yes.
You get absolutely stomped by the Jaguars, the Texans, the Dolphins. Come on, man. The 49ers stumped you? Ugh,
But see,
gross.
but see, look at how badly the losses the Titans have had. Like,
Yeah.
especially
And
especially since they got obliterated by the Lions 52-14.
yeah. And that Jets win that they just got for New England was a revenge game because they got absolutely stomped the first time they played them.
Right, right.
So I think coming out of that revenge game, you're playing against a weak team. You better at least do something. Otherwise, I may. Oh boy, the Titans are in desperation mode. They've got to get something here. You got 7 points against the Bears at garbage time. You got 7 points against the Jets in garbage time. Got stomped by the Packers, stomped by the Dolphins, who's been having problems with their quarterback with Tua. Uh, well, no. They actually the Titans actually stomped the Dolphins. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so freebie win. Come on, Tua's having trouble.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Patriots just because. Uh,
I'll go Patriots.
yeah, but that game's probably gonna be meh. This next one should be easy. Commanders at Giants.
Commanders.
Commanders definitely. Uh,
That's a bounce back game. They need a blowout win to show people that they have a show of strength.
yeah. Um.
We already know they have strength, but they just need to prove it.
Oh, this is gonna be a showdown. Broncos at Ravens.
Ravens. I'm not even hesitating on this one. If you've watched Baltimore at all this year in the first half of the season, these guys are loaded and they're playing like they got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
It's an angry team this year.
yeah. They ran into a little trap with that loss to the Browns, but they previously had a 5-game win streak. So, and it's crazy.
Oh, that Browns loss is going to piss them off.
Yeah,
I would not want to be the Broncos right
and it's crazy too.
now.
It's crazy too because they opened up the season 0-2, and then just went crazy.
And the thing is, Denver's going to think they're all that in a bag of chips just because they blew us out. Y'all are about
Yeah,
to get humbled.
but they got a top 5 defense though. So yeah, that
But you're facing Lamar that's on a mission.
true, true,
That's
absolutely.
the problem with that logic.
And
And with Lamar, you're dealing with a dual threat quarterback. You're dealing with a lot of different weapons with Baltimore.
oh,
You know,
and might I add, I gotta throw this in there for all the haters. Lamar Jackson currently has 2,099 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Oh, but he's a running back in the body of a quarterback. Okay,
with,
okay,
with with the weaponry you got on Baltimore, you're dealing with Derrick Henry now. You're dealing with now Deontay Johnson, who just got traded to him. You're doing with Bateman. You're doing with Nelson Aguilar. This is a loaded wide receiver court here.
Yeah,
And we haven't even talked about the tight ends yet.
I just know there's a lot of Lamar Jackson haters out there. A
You
ton.
know,
Just
we
saying.
didn't even talk about the tight ends. You got Mark Andrews sitting out
Yep.
there. A big target. So that versus that Broncos defense.
They're gonna be tested. They're definitely gonna
Yeah.
be tested. But
Interesting thing, looking at the Ravens defense, you got Nate Wiggins from Clemson. I've got to point this dude out because he's got 9 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 7 pass deflections just this year.
yikes.
My boy is settling in Baltimore and doing work. Let's go, Nate. I'm proud of you.
There we
Let's
go.
go, man.
But you know what? I'm gonna go Ravens as well. Why not?
Yep.
But that should be quite a showdown.
That's a simple one for me. Yep.
Okay, and then we enter into 4 o'clock games. We have Jaguars at Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one.
Yep.
Eagles. All right.
Play along if you guys want to in chat.
Oh
Feel
my,
free.
oh my goodness! I totally forgot. 1 o'clock one. I totally forgot about this one. Cowboys at Falcons.
Now that's an interesting one because the Falcons have been playing real well this year.
5-3.
Dallas has been struggling. They just took a humongous loss to the Lions and a 6-point loss to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Dallas needs a rebound game. And I don't think they're going to find it in Atlanta.
I mean, I'm hoping they beat Atlanta, but honestly, I think Atlanta's taking it. And the only
And
and the only reason why I want the Cowboys to win is obvious reason because I want the Falcons to lose. They're division rival, but yeah.
folks, if you look at your screen, Mr. Dak Prescott is not your problem. That man threw for 25 for 38 last week, 243 yards.
Uh huh.
Yeah, he has 6 interceptions in the last 3 games. True. But he threw an equal amount of touchdowns. Minus the Lions game because they rarely ever saw the ball in that Lions game. If you look at the time of possession. But point being, this man is throwing 2 touchdowns per game, not counting the Lions game. And that's just the last 5.
Right. Right.
So Dak Prescott is not your problem. You got a defensive problem, Dallas.
Oof.
Because when you look at Dallas overall as a whole, they gave up 30 points to the Dallas Cowboys. They got 47 points to the Lions just in the past 2 weeks. That defense took a humongous nosedive from that Steelers game.
Ah.
That's not good, folks. I don't know what happened if you're a Dallas fan right now. I don't know how that came about. Do you have a bunch of defensive injuries? What happened there? But regardless, that's what 77 points you've given up in 2 weeks. Yikes!
That's a lot.
That's almost as much as we've given up.
Yep. Pretty bad.
And that's not good. It's not good.
But
That's an easy one for me. Atlanta.
Atlanta, same. I'll
Yep.
I'll go Atlanta as well. Okay. Bears at Cardinals.
As you pointed out, the Cardinals are playing better.
Yeah.
I want to look at the Bears real quick because
Now
the Bears
the Bears have yet to win a game on the road, by the way.
they have yet to impress me. I'm telling you right now, they have yet to impress me. You beat the Titans, okay, yay, big whoop. You lose to the Texans and CJ Stroud 19-13. Not impressive at all. You lose to AR 21-16. Pathetic. Okay, you beat the Rams, big whoop. Rams are in trouble. You slayed us, big whoop. Who's impressed by that? Come on. Everybody's beat us. You beat the Jags 35-16. You beat a struggling Trevor Lawrence. Whoop de doo.
Yeah.
Not impressive. You lost by 3 points to the Commanders. Now I'm impressed with that defense of yours
Right.
because finally that defense is starting to come into play here for the Bears, which it's been good all year. If you look at these scores, it's not that bad.
Mm.
But the offense is not impressive. You're supposed to be putting up 36 against us. You're supposed to be putting up 36 against the Jaguars.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be putting up 24 points against the Titans. Come on. This is, and then you match with Washington that's got an excellent defense and you only put up 15. That sounds about right. I mean, I'm just saying. Match that against the Cardinals, not impressive.
So you're going Cardinals?
Um, the Dolphin, the Cardinals just came off 2 wins against the Chargers and the Dolphins right
Uh-huh.
now.
They've also beaten the Niners.
Yes, you got blown out by the Commanders. Big whoop, you know. 20-13 against the Lions. Put up a decent score against the Bills. Blow out the Rams, which you're supposed to be doing. 41 points.
Right.
Not a surprise there. Blown up by the Packers. This team's got way too much talent to be blown out by the Packers, in my opinion.
Which is fair.
Yeah. I'll sort of buy into the Cardinals at this point. Yeah. Cardinals are my pick. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll pick Cardinals as well.
Yeah. Let me look at Kyler Murray's numbers just for the heck of it. Kyler Murray is 1,638 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad.
um. Oh, we got quite a showdown here. Lions at Packers. And this is in Green Bay.
Hmm.
This is in at Lambeau. Oh man. Oh man.
This one kind of makes me want to look at Green Bay. The last 4 wins are against the Rams, Cardinals, Texans, Jags.
Yeah,
Not that impressive, to be
four
honest.
4 game winning streak.
Not that impressive, to be honest, in the last 4. But you did come close to beating the Vikings.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit for that. Big wins against the Titans. Big one. 16-10 win over AR, but you were barely trying in that game.
Some are
Came
thinking,
close with the Eagles. And the Lions to me are legitimate.
yeah. And the Lions are undefeated on the road so far.
Let me remind people the Lions have now beaten three contenders: the Seahawks, the Cowboys, and the Vikings,
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
and came
Um,
close to beating the Buccaneers as well. This is a legitimate team. Yeah, I'm going Detroit.
I think the game will be close, but I'm gonna say Detroit. um.
I got Detroit by 10 on that one.
Oh, okay, by 10. Uh, Rams at Seahawks.
Hmm.
Rams are on a two-game win streak, which they did recently beat the Vikings. You know what? I'm gonna take a gamble. They're gonna be my upset pick. Rams over Seahawks.
Ooh. I think you might be onto something here. I think you might be onto something here because the Raiders have been stagnant and the Vikings win is impressive. So, can they continue that against a struggling Seattle team that just got blown out by the Bills?
Yep, sure did.
But they beat the Falcons. However, you lost to the Giants. Mm, you barely beat the Patriots. You barely beat the Broncos. Yeah. I I I'm beginning to wonder if that Falcons game is a fluke, man, with Seattle. I'm beginning to wonder
Uh-oh.
because look at this, man. When you look at these scores, that's not pretty.
Right.
Surrounding, since the Lions, Giants, 49ers, and Bills, those four scores do not look pretty at all to me. That's something that if I'm a Seahawks fan, I'm raising some alarm bells
Oh shoot.
because that schedule is not going to get any easier from here. You got the Cardinals twice, you got the Jets, you got the Packers, Vikings, Bears again down here, and then Rams to finish out. So I mean, ah man, yeah, that to me, Seattle could take a nosedive here. It is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, you're sitting in a tie for first place with Arizona and San Francisco. That division could go any direction, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's anybody's guess. It's going to be like the NFC South. It's musical chairs. So let's just see how that goes. We're going to monitor that, see how that goes. But at the moment, yeah, I I have to go with a Rams team that has just come off two wins here, two very significant wins.
Mm. Good call. Good call. The Sunday Nighter. Colts at Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah. Joe Flacco will put up a good fight, and I just think the Vikings are a little stronger, little stronger.
Yeah,
So
Flacco's good, but he's outmatched.
yeah. So I'm in agreement there. And then the Monday Nighter. Buccaneers at the undefeated Chiefs.
This is a big one right here. This is a big one. If you're a Buccaneers fan, this is the one.
Yep.
You're saying if we can beat the Chiefs, then we are the most legitimate NFC team. And there are so many teams that have come so freaking close and haven't been able to pull it off. Look at this. The Raiders came within 7, you know?
Yeah.
Um, the Chargers came within 7. The Falcons came within 5. The Bengals came within 1 point. And the mighty Ravens right now came within 7. These are the best teams out there. Folks, I don't think people realize this, but I think we just saw a preview of the AFC Championship in week 1
Mm-hmm.
with the Chiefs and the Ravens. And we know who wins. We know who wins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's KC.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
So, I mean, yeah, Baker Mayfield is going off. I'll say that, but it's not enough. You're dealing with the likes of these players right here on defense. You got Justin Reed. You got Trent McDuffie. I mean, Chris Jones. These guys are big names
Yep.
now that have been doing this for quite a while. And they just acquired George Karlaftis. George wasn't even there before this point. I gotta see his stats. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, he's been here. He's been here. I stand corrected.
Gotcha.
Um, but this is again a dude that can solo tackle. 19 and a half career sacks for George. 11 pass deflections.
Oh.
Not only can he do that, he can run stuff too. This and forced fumbles. He's got one with 2 fumble recovers. This dude is a multi-tool. And let me tell you something. The Chiefs have a lot of multi-tools on that defense.
Yep.
If you think that's their most dangerous one, no. That's just the icing on the cake. That's just a warm-up. Just because you know his name doesn't mean these guys aren't highly dangerous. I mean, you can look at these and just say, holy crap. Did I just see this name right? No, I did not. No, I didn't. Oh my God. They have Keith Taylor.
Oh, that's a familiar face. Yeah, cornerback
They
Keith
have
Taylor.
Keith Taylor?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Oof.
Oh my God. And he's second string. Remember everybody that thought that Keith Taylor was not going to do anything for us? Guess what? second string for the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
But Keith Taylor is garbage, right? Keith Taylor is trash? No, no. We're talking about a guy that, again, I hate to bring this up again, folks, but we're looking at a guy that has 55 solo tackles and 12 assists. Are you starting to see a pattern here? 6 pass deflections in 2 years. Keith Taylor was really, really good as a backup. I liked him.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely had a lot of promise.
I was frustrated when we let go of him, but we did have better corners at the time. I
Yes,
will say that.
for sure.
But for him to end up second string
Hmm.
for the mightiest team in the NFL right now,
Right.
that's terrifying.
Very much so.
I don't like that at all. Yeah, that's a Chiefs pick for me.
Yeah, definitely a Chiefs pick for me. And besides, I
Yep.
want
Yep.
definitely want the
Yep.
the Bucks to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But cool deal. Um, but yeah, like I said, before I go, because I do want to give you a chance to plug your socials into my stream. So go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a score prediction before I do that. 27-14.
27-14.
Saints. Yep. Saints.
I'm going 28-17 Saints. I think Panero does sneak in a field goal. Um,
Fair enough.
but yeah, we'll see. I'll see what Bryce can do and just oof. But
Hope and pray.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do a
Uh
lot of that. Yeah, plug in your
check out
socials.
my check out my Facebook page. Keep pounding in all caps. Facebook group page. For in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news, such as scheduling for my channel and reactions to NFL news. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. Keep pounding 3869. Again, that's keep pounding 3869. If you want to check me out there. Um, and I am on Discord as well. I'm on Instagram. Um, but yeah, all those social stats will be on my channel. So go check those out.
Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. But want to thank everybody for coming through. Uh, but hopefully y'all will still keep the party going on Corey's channel because
Yeah,
because
we're
his
gonna keep it rolling.
his is just
We might
as
do a horror game tonight
so
since it's Halloween.
because his is just as much lit. So definitely show your support. But shout out to everybody that came through in my chat and keep pounding no matter what. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get through this some way somehow.
Yep.
But only thing I could say is Carolina, show us something. Just show us something.
I need 3/4, boys. 3/4.
But we're gonna see how this goes. But keep an eye out for post game as well. But
Yep. I'll be doing a live reaction as I do every Sunday
yep.
on the YouTube channel.
So be sure to check out Corey's channel as he does that, and let's cheer these guys home. Hopefully they get the first win at the bank,
Yep.
at the BOA. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, for Blitzball Champ Gaming and
Keep pounding.
I will catch y'all later. For the rest of y'all, head on over to Corey's channel. Keep the party going. I will catch y'all later. Love y'all. God bless. Peace.